Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the E35 podcast, and I got myself Hector, also known as CN6, and with me I got Hav.
What up?
And Mario.
What's up?
And tonight we're going to be reviewing the highly anticipated DC.
Highly anticipated.
I mean, I thought at least
I was looking forward to it.
At least I was.
But I can see what he's talking about. Like, I feel like
You
the
weren't?
Well, for me,
majority
man,
were
when I
looking
saw the
forward to it.
trailers and all that, I was like, I'll check it out. But like,
Come on.
I don't know.
How I only
bro.
wanted
I
to
guess
see-
okay,
no,
if I'm gonna be real, I wasn't really anticipating this movie.
Okay.
I wasn't like hella excited, but I was looking forward to it in the sense that I knew that this would be the reboot of the
Exactly.
DC universe. So
Right.
I guess I wanted
That's
to check
what-
it out for that. But that's it.
And I haven't even said this title, The Flash. All right? You guys didn't even let me finish the title.
Mildly
Yeah,
anticipated
for real.
the Flash.
I mean, for me, it was highly anticipated. What were you going to say, Mario?
Because you know he was saying like, "Whoa, was it really anticipated?" And I was like,
Okay.
Javi only wanted to see it because he liked how Ezra Miller's butt cheeks looked in the suit.
What? We just started, man.
We just started.
Luis already clicked off. He clicked off.
Z
man.
was like, man, fuck this. Just how it is.
Yeah, he's like, man, fuck this, man. When y'all gonna review a game? I'm getting sick of this shit. When's the next game review?
At this point, just put out a review for Oregon's Trail.
We can review Candy Crush or something, please. I need to scratch the itch. I'm getting sick of this.
It's funny as fuck.
I'm gonna unsub. But yeah, guys. Before we get into it, guys, let's get to the announcements. We like to remind you guys that you guys can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Google, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Make sure you follow our socials at E35 Podcast or go to E35visionpodcast.com. You're gonna see all of our links through there. Also, make sure you follow our second YouTube channel called E35 Clips. That's where we'll upload all of our clips. If you don't have enough time to listen to the whole podcast, we'll post all the highlights through there. Also, make sure you follow our main page called Heat Ray Vision to stay up to date with any geek news in films, TV, and video games, and all those things. The socials are at Heat Ray Vision or go to heatrayvision.com. And we're gonna switch things up, guys, because we're gonna give a non-spoiler review for this movie, and from now on until we get the main Heat Ray Vision channel up and running. Because, like I said, I eventually want to have the main Heat Ray Vision channel to where we get 5 to 10 minute non-spoiler reviews, whether it's TV shows, movies, video games. I don't know. We'll alternate. Maybe Hav can give a review on something, maybe Mario or whatever. I want to build that up. And before we do that, obviously before we get into it, because we have a lot going on, we're just going to do that now in the pod. So we'll give maybe a 10, 15 minute non-spoiler review. We'll give our rating, and then you guys could click off or keep listening for our spoiler discussion. And the reason why I really wanted to do this is because I've had a few people message me and say that they haven't been listening the pod in a while because they haven't seen the movies yet, and we do spoiler discussions, whatever. Mm-hmm. So like, oh yeah, bro, like I'm literally just about to listen to your Guardians review just because I just saw it, and even though you posted it, blah blah blah, so I'm like, dang, that's really fucking hindering us low key. So like, to have best of both worlds, Hannah Montana type shit, right? I want to do the Heat Ray Vision main thing and then this, but for now, this is how we're gonna do. Same with the questions. We have a bunch of questions, a bunch of comments, a bunch of shout outs that I want to do. And we're going to do it at the beginning of the show, we're going to do it at the very end of the show, just because we get carried away. It'd be 40 minutes in or whatever, 30 minutes in, and we haven't even got into the review. So just to save time, guys, the questions and everything else will be at the end of the show. So those are going to be the changes from now on. And it's not because, we don't like those questions or whatever. It's just the sake of time, man. Like, feel free to ask as many questions. But okay. So, yeah, with that out the way, let's get into our non-spoiler segment of The Flash. I guess, who wants to go first? Hav? You want to go first? You want to take it away?
What do you want me to start on? Like, should we lay the groundwork first?
Sure, go ahead. I mean...
So, so this movie, right, The Flash, this is the who knows what movie we're in at this point of the DC universe. I don't know if it's like the 10th or whatever. I don't know. I forgot. I lost count. But this is another installment in the DC universe. One that, like I said earlier, is somewhat anticipated because this was the movie declared to be the reboot that was going to reset the DC universe, as per what James Gunn had told us at the beginning of the year. And in this movie, we follow around Barry Allen after the events of the Justice League the Snyder cut of Justice League.
Yep.
So we follow the events of him, where the story for this movie is loosely based off the Flashpoint comics. So we see Barry Allen go back in time and prevent something that happens in the past, that when he travels back to the present, everything has changed and there's different things that are different to his present compared to the alternate present. And so now he has to team up with a duplicate Flash, Michael Keaton Batman, Supergirl 2, and a few others along the way to try to reverse and undo what he did.
Yep.
And for things to kind of go back to normal.
Yeah. And that's generally the synopsis of the plot of what's going on that we got from the trailers and everything. Mm-hmm. And I guess I would like to say is one thing is how long was this movie? Do we know? Is it over
I don't know.
2?
It felt long. Is that just me?
I can Google it.
To me, I don't really feel it, man. I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed it. I was hyped for this movie, but then again, I also had I wasn't too hyped just because, I was like, yo, you never know, whatever, right? So I kind of went there, I lowered my expectations, but it kind of met what I was kind of looking for. You know what I mean? So what was the runtime, Mario? Did you look it up?
2 hours and 24 minutes.
Oh, yeah, wow. You see, I had a feeling it was 2.5.
Yeah, me personally, I didn't really feel it. I think I was really, I was really personally invested in the movie.
Yeah.
What Mario, did you feel the runtime? Did you think it was too long? Did you thought the pacing was well? Did you?
No, I didn't feel the runtime whatsoever. I was engaged in the movie from beginning to end. I didn't feel any when's this shit gonna end?
I thought with Ezra Miller's past and everything, it was really gonna cloud my judgment, because I'm like, yo, dude, this dude's kind of a weirdo. Look what he's been doing. I'm like,
Which, by the way, did you see that they recently had a premiere?
Yeah.
And he actually walked the red carpet.
Yeah, he showed up.
He showed up, bro. Because they had other premieres in other places of the world. I forget where. But he was the only one that would not show up. Everyone else would be there. The director, Sasha Calle, and all these other actors and stuff. But he wouldn't be there. And then recently they held one, I believe, in Los Angeles. Where else would they have it?
Right.
And he was actually walking the red carpet. And I was like, okay, but let's be real. They probably told him, hey, don't do press. Don't talk to reporters.
Yeah, right.
But I saw him do a bit of talking, and he was talking about, so I'm like, damn, interesting.
Yeah, man. So I thought that was gonna kind of influence me.
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
But it didn't, surprisingly.
No, yeah, and I understand. But here's my thing, also, bro, is I feel like people shouldn't do that.
No, yeah.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people who are like, man, I'm not gonna watch this movie. Fuck the Flash. Ezra Miller was terrorizing Hawaii.
Right.
And it's
well, some things are justified.
No.
Like if someone's a murderer, or a grapist, can't say the word on YouTube. The grapist, right?
No, definitely. I could definitely see that, right? Why support it and stuff like that. Right. But at the same time, it's unless it doesn't meet those extremes, which, he was wilding out and he did some fucked shit, right? But another thing is I don't know, man. I just feel with the whole thing where it's you could still enjoy a movie, even because here's the thing, right? I guess the way that I see it is more so all this bullshit that he was doing in Hawaii, he did after the filming of the Flash. This was events that were happening after, which is, if I could understand the situation of if he was doing all this while they were filming, what if one of the locations they wanted to film the Flash movie was in Hawaii, and while he was doing all this shit in the middle of production, I would understand it being what are you doing, right? So I don't know. I feel for me, bro, it's one of those things where it's I knew going into the movie, I'm I'm not gonna be fuck this movie just because of this dude's past and what he's done. Even though some of the things that he's done was fucked, and the director, right, of the Flash, I think I don't want to give false information. I think James Gunn also may have a bunch of other people representing Ezra Miller. Everyone has exhaustively have told us Ezra Miller is on their way to getting mental help, and he's taking therapy and blah blah blah. So you know what I mean? So for me, it's I'm not gonna let his actions kind of cloud my judgment for the movie and stuff like that. And personally, my personal opinion, I don't think people should let that be a thing. So I knew going into this movie, I'm gonna watch this movie as a Flash movie, and not be hey man, my rating is this. It loses these points because Ezra Miller.
No, true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nah.
But then again, I think what you're saying, I guess, mostly would apply to like people like us, where like we would critique and like kind of like review and like write, rather than if it's an average person that doesn't do what we do and that doesn't do Rotten Tomato reviews or aren't critics, whatever. And they just want to go. They're just ordinary people that are not in this atmosphere. If they decide I don't want to watch this because Flash is a weirdo, then to me I'm like, all right, well, whatever. But I think there's an issue when if you're a critic or you do this type of stuff that we're doing, and then you take a point away because of that. I think that's where like I'm like, yeah, no, like come on, man, like,
you can't
exactly.
You can't really do that because
right.
you being a reviewer
exactly.
and being a critic, you have the obligated duty to give the audience your opinion and your perspective on a film. That when you take other things, hey man, I just don't like Tom Holland's face.
For real, that's like 2 points.
That's 2 points right there,
I can't
bro.
stand it.
And on top of that, the movie's mid, so it's a 4 out of 10. I'm
gonna poke fun at Mario.
Okay,
just like because I think we talked about this in one of our game pods, and you weren't here to defend, obviously. I forgot what it was, but when I'm about to mention is, remember in Moon Knight where he's like, nah, man, I can't take Oscar Isaac talking with that I'm like, with that fake shit, man. I'm like, Mario, like, what are you talking about? British accent. I just don't like it, man.
With the
British
accent.
Come on, Mario. Like, it's just not believable. I'm like, yeah, but because I know him from Star Wars or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mario, just don't look at that, bro. Just look at it as this character, like now, like, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna poke fun at him for that shit. I forgot
that's
why
what he does.
He'll
do that. Man, I like his voice, man. 6 out of 10. It's like, what?
Go ahead, Mario. You want to defend yourself? Do you want to say something to that? Is there any?
His English voice acting was terrible. All right, I'm gonna stand on that hill.
Come on,
it wasn't even bad.
Wait, his English voice? Oh, you mean like
he's British?
British.
He's like, hey mate, oh you want to get a bloody mother?
Come on, man.
That sounded believable.
What? That was not believable.
Come on. What
I just did?
No, but like that was part of his critique.
No, I thought Oscar Isaac's version.
Well, no, but like he's doing the best he possibly can.
No, but like that was part of his critique when we were reviewing Moon Knight. Do you remember that? It's just, I don't think Oscar Isaac like. Well, I mean, like.
But either way, I mean,
I guess technically it could be a critique in a sense if it
was bad.
Because remember how people said Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man, where Andrew Garfield was trying to do his New York accent and that was bad, and people critiqued that. But either way, that's besides the point. I wanted to speak on this for a little bit on Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
But what's it called? I don't know. It is a sensitive topic, but for me, bro, I think I'm able to detach Ezra Miller from Barry Allen.
Yeah.
When I walked,
because I actually did like Ezra Miller as Flash.
I know before any of his fucked up shit happened, I enjoyed him as a Flash when he would appear. I was like, I like this guy. But then this weird shit happened. I was like, oh hell.
I mean,
I like the actor.
He had a scene stealer in the Snyder Cut Justice League when he like reversed time. And that whole scene was fantastic.
Yeah,
and I just liked him. I just liked him as the actor himself to play as Barry. I like.
Yeah,
I
didn't like his portrayal in the Joss Whedon Justice League, not the Snyder Cut, like the other one that we got, because I felt like Joss Whedon and Warner Brothers wanted to make his Flash. Because you got to look at the timeline, and you got to remember that this Flash movie came, or the Justice League, right? Joss Whedon's Justice League came out roughly a year after Civil War, which was the introduction to Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Right.
And I was worried, and kind of had this feeling where Joss Whedon, with all the reshoots, he tried making Ezra Miller's Flash kind of be like the super talkative, high-voiced kind of little kid energy that Tom Holland had in the Civil War movie.
Yeah.
So that when you saw Snyder Cut and he didn't really do any of that, it's like, okay, finally they matured
he was like
him
more
up
likable
and made him more like a person and not so much a Tom Holland clone.
Right, that's true.
So,
but continue, Mario, before we cut you off.
Yeah, you motherfucker.
Hey man, it was hot.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. You're allowed to talk, obviously. But no, I was just gonna say, like, I'm just able, when I go into a movie theater, if I know the show I'm watching, the movie I'm watching, the game I'm playing, I'm able to detach anything that's going on with that and able to judge it for what it actually is without involving any of that shit. To piggyback kind of like what Javi said, he said like, well, we should like learn to like not I forgot what he said. Like, you said to forget or to forgive what Ezra Miller did. I forgot what he said exactly. I don't want to quote him exactly.
Like, you shouldn't let that influence your your overall rating or like enjoyment just because
your
of
perspective on the movie.
Right, okay, then yeah. So basically, what I'm just trying to say is that like when I'm watching The Flash, I'm not thinking of Ezra Miller. I'm just thinking of the performance that he is giving.
Which, by the way, that's how I was. Is that how you guys were watching the movie?
Yeah, I was thinking of like
the last thing on my mind was, damn, this motherfucker was beating up dudes in the bar. Like it was the last thing.
No, that was my point. Is I thought that his actions was going to influence me, like of enjoying it, but I'm saying that it didn't.
Right.
Like when I saw the movie, it didn't really influence me. I liked it, you know. So that's what I was gonna say. But Mario, you're finishing.
No, just like I would also say, just because like there's other shows, other games that you know have a lot of, I'm gonna say, background noise with it. Like for example, the Harry Potter Legacy. We all know why that got a lot of heat for it. Yeah. And also Jeffrey Dahmer, why that got a lot of heat for it. Right. For me, I understand where those people come from. I see their viewpoint, but to me, I just detach it. I always detach it. You know what I mean? And with Ezra Miller.
Except for the English accent from Oscar Isaac, but okay.
Well, that's not fucking as serious as fucking whatever.
It was still part of your review, though.
Yeah. Still bad, though.
Go listen to the Moon Knight review, guys. Go listen to it. You're gonna mention it.
But what's it called? Either way, I mean, if what Javi's saying is true, that he is getting the help he needs, or whatever the fuck, I'm not forgiving what the fuck he did, because that was some weirdo shit. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that.
Yeah, at least he wasn't a murderer.
A
rapist.
That's true.
No, but he still did fucked up shit though.
No, it was fucked up. It was fucked up.
But you know, I do understand, man. Like, if we're gonna be honest, man, we all, you know, have made mistakes and stuff like that.
My personal opinion, bro, is like I don't think you should judge someone on their worst moments. There's few exceptions. We all know what those exceptions are. Right. Where you can, no matter what, you're not coming back from it. I'm not gonna say I'm obvious. You guys should know. But what he did, was it bad? Yes. Was it stupid? Yes. Was it dumb as fuck? Yes. But you know, if what Javi said, if all those people really mean what they're saying, then it's like, okay, you fucked up, you went through your little like rebellion phase, whatever the fuck. Let's see how you come out of this. Right. Or you gonna come out bad or good. Yeah. And that's kind of like just my personal opinion on it. Yeah.
Luckily, we all like think the same way, so it didn't really affect us like that. But okay, so now let's get to I want to say the comedy. I really like the comedy in this movie.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? It was good. I liked it. I personally liked it. There was a few times where I was actually like laughing, like, you know what I mean? Obviously, careful, let's not say, right?
No, yeah.
But there were some moments where I was actually genuinely laughing. We're like, me and Hav were like almost grabbing each other laughing. You know, one of our favorite parts. So yeah, I really did like the comedy. The action sequences with Batman was really cool. Supergirl was, in my opinion, was amazing, man. I really liked
she was incredible.
Supergirl.
I really liked her too.
Yeah, I really liked the acting of Supergirl. I really liked the whole sequences with her, and I really I essentially believed it, man. I was like, oh, okay,
facts.
Like I could see this as the DCU James Gunn's Supergirl. So I thought she did a really great job.
No, I agree.
What else? Like we said, the pacing. I thought the pacing was great. Right. The comedy.
Well, the other big elephant in the room.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What'd you guys think of Michael Keaton as Batman?
Right. That's all.
I would say I enjoyed him. Yeah. I think I enjoyed Supergirl more though. I would say.
Yeah. I mean, I think I enjoyed him equally. I've never.
I would. I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah, I really liked his performance. His performance was really cool. It was believable, even though I haven't seen his movies.
Me neither.
So, I haven't seen his movie, so there was probably some Easter eggs or whatever that I might have missed, except for the one that you told me about, which was it in the trailer? Can we talk about that? It was
in the trailer.
Okay, I guess we could talk about that, right? Really quickly after what I say. So, like, yeah, me not knowing anything about his Batman and seeing him here for the first time, I know if I probably did see the other Batmans, I probably would have, like, felt more of attachment, nostalgia, like many other people. That's why a lot of people were kind of hyped, right, when they saw him. But me watching him for the first time and actually like, this is gonna be a hot take, right?
Okay.
Robert Pattinson's my Batman.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's my Batman. Okay.
He's not mine yet.
So me, I'm like, nah, no.
Wait. What'd you say?
I said he's not my Batman yet.
So to me, I'm like, nah, I don't fuck with no other Batman. Right. But when I saw this Batman and like the whole meme of like his cowl and him not being able to move his neck, and him looking up and shit, it's funny. Yeah. I thought of him as like a meme, like a gag, I'm like whatever. But surprisingly, I really did like his Batman in here, man. I really like. I really liked this stuff that he was doing and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, what did
For me, bro, Michael Keaton
think?
Batman, I thought he did good.
Yeah.
I liked him. I thought he was pretty cool. I mean, easily, like I said, and I've always said this, but I've always said that Michael Keaton's Batman suit has always held a special place for me. Even though I've never seen his movies, but I've always liked his suit. And I'm gonna be real with you. It's kind of like an average Batman suit. It's all black, nothing special. But the one thing that I just really like about it is the iconic yellow symbol on his chest.
I was about to say, yep.
I love that symbol, dude. And like, I don't know, like, because there's like a lot of people try to see that yellow symbol as like corny. It's like, oh, it's the old school logo. But like, there have been modern adaptations of Batman in the comics where he's had the yellow symbol in like an all black suit or the black and gray color scheme, like, and it still looks raw. Yeah. Okay, maybe like I don't know, using it as a flashlight on the criminals in an alleyway. That would be corny. But just that yellow symbol would be really cool. Like, I would love to see, like, whether it's Robert Pattinson Batman or this other Batman that we're gonna get right in the Brave and the Bold and James Gunn's DC universe, I would love to see a costume of Batman for either of those two that has the yellow symbol. I feel like that should make
like
a comeback. But modernized, exactly.
So maybe like the modern Batman symbol, but maybe have it to where the outline of it is yellow and then the middle, the colored inside is black. Does that make sense?
Oh, I was thinking more like just like Michael Keaton's.
Oh, okay.
Where the inside is
the
yellow.
Oval?
Yeah, where like the yellow the inside is yellow and the bat inside is black.
Oh, okay.
I meant like that.
Okay.
Personally, that's just me. I just really like his symbol, but I really liked his suit, and I liked the kind of like the it's not really a gag, but it's more so a reference in the sense that when those Michael Keaton Batman movies came out back in the 80s, all his gadgets and stuff were all bat shaped. Like except for the car, right? But like his plane was bat shaped and all that, the batarangs. So like when we get that, there's one scene where he uses an object in the movie, right? No spoilers. But he's using an object, and that object is also bat shaped, and it's kind of like, really, like that's bat shaped. But it's a reference in the sense that like in those old school Michael Keaton movies, everything he owned was bat shaped. The bat computer, like the bat plane type shit. So like I thought that was pretty funny. As far as Michael Keaton himself as Batman, I liked it, bro. I think he did a fine job. But to be honest, I can't really confidently say like, oh, like he had to be in this movie. And I don't know if that's just me. I think he was in this movie 100% purely just for the nostalgia. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but for me, I felt like he was just there for nostalgia. And a lot of people are going to make the argument. Come on. I know y'all typing y'all keyboards right now. I see it coming, right? Well, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire was nostalgia in No Way Home. Yeah. Alfred Molina, Jamie Foxx, and Willem Dafoe, they're nostalgia. And I'd argue that I'd say, actually, no, they're not. Yeah, it's nostalgic because they're the actors playing the characters that you grew up watching.
Right.
But I would argue that all those characters that I mentioned, especially Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin, especially Tobey and Andrew as their own Spider-Man, they all kind of played a bigger role in the No Way Home because they kind of add on to the character development of Tom Holland Peter.
Especially Green Goblin.
Green Goblin is the one that kills Aunt May, and she's the one that... She's like the canon event, right? Spider-Verse?
Exactly.
She's the canon event that dies, that every Spider-Man loses someone. Right. She's the one that delivers with great power comes great responsibility. So he was on this like revenge quest where he's like, it's a wraps. I'm going to kill the Green Goblin. But then Tobey and Andrew come in and say, Spider-Man does not kill. You need to learn to not have that mentality. We can't kill these villains. We have to cure them.
Help them.
And help them out, right? And there was even that scene where he was about to kill Green Goblin with the glider, and Tobey comes and stops him and shows him a better path, right? So I would argue that, no, those characters, yeah, it's nostalgic to see them back, but they played a bigger role in his character development. So I would argue that while it's nostalgic, they had a purpose to be there. Michael Keaton, as cool as it is seeing him back as Batman, other than like one scene that I can think of where he had a conversation with Barry and they kind of empathize with each other, he didn't really serve a bigger role other than the fact of, hey, y'all, this actor's back. He's playing Batman again. Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
You know, sorry, he's 70 years old. He can't move like that. Well, then let's CGI his fight scenes and he's gliding and all that.
But
shit.
not gonna lie, those scenes were cool though.
No, it's cool.
Like
it's just funny because it takes me out of it. I'm watching the movie and he's gliding and shit. It's just like, man, that dude's 70. That's crazy.
Yeah, but you're like, I can't. Hey, but you know what's crazy?
Like, obviously gliding, obviously that's CGI. But like those fight scenes where he's fighting with the goons and shit, like he can't move like that.
Yo, Mario, you know what's crazy is that Javi's saying this, but he literally just said we shouldn't care about Ezra Miller's past actions, man. We should just go into it. But right here, Jav, you're saying he's 70, bro. And it's like, and it's taking you out of it, Jav. I'm calling you out right now.
No, yeah, well, but I'm not gonna. That's not gonna affect my rating. I'm not gonna say that the movie is worse because of it.
Right.
I'm just saying I'm
you're
watching it. And I'm just like, bro, what? Yeah,
you said he's 70? Is he actually?
He's 71.
Wow.
He don't look. I mean, he looks old, but
he looks old, but he doesn't look 70.
He looks like more like 60.
Yeah, like early 60s.
Early 60, yeah.
Hey, there it is.
Man,
but speaking of someone who doesn't look old, was that what was his name for Mission Impossible?
Tom Cruise.
Dude,
Tom Cruise is 60, bro.
He does not look 60, bro. I want what he on.
He looks like he's in his 40s.
Yeah, I think
that's
what
he told me in the movie theater
because like mid 40s.
Mission Impossible trailer came up and he's like, nah, bro, he looks like mid 40s.
Mid.
And then there was a shot of him running, hauling ass, and he's like 40 half. What the fuck? Or 60?
He's 60, bro.
Hell no.
Because no offense to our grandfather, right? No offense. He's in his 60s and he don't be looking like Tom Cruise.
Hell no.
Hey, so I want what he on. Hey, give me some of that, right?
Give me some of that.
But okay, Mario, what did you think about Michael Keaton's Batman?
I feel like we both had different takes, so now he's gonna be the tiebreaker.
Right.
No, I was gonna say no. I enjoyed his performance. I think he did a good job. I mean,
you lost.
He's
no. I said I liked it too.
Nah. You literally just said he alright. But I do agree that he wasn't, I guess, super necessary.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, you know what? If you were to take him out of this movie, I don't think it would be that much different.
Exactly.
Obviously, you would have to find some different excuses of how Barry finds Kara. You know what I mean? Because that's how he finds. Oh, hold on, my bad. Spoiler, my bad. But what's it called?
Yeah, we're still not spoilers.
Yeah, I know, because we're so deep. I'm like, wait a minute.
We forget.
But okay, bonus story is
we're gonna wrap it up. Let me ask you a question. This is for the both of you. I don't mean to cut you off, but I just thought of something. Well, no, not because of that. But like, I have a question. Okay, so like, you know how we're saying like Michael Keaton Batman, like was he necessary? Blah blah blah. Let me ask you this: What if we went to go see the same Flash movie, but Michael Keaton was not in it? Instead, it was Ben Affleck's Batman the whole time. Would the movie be any different?
That's a good question.
Like, let's say it was not Michael Keaton Batman. If
it would not be different.
Imagine all the scenes that Michael Keaton Batman was in this movie, and just swap them out for the Ben Affleck Batman that we saw in Batman v Superman, Justice League, all that.
I mean,
would the movie be any different, like story wise, fundamentally?
I mean,
no, bro. I don't think it would.
I would be
different.
I would be different from Hector. I think just because I'm not a big fan already of Batfleck. I'm just not.
People.
But if this was a story that he was gonna get, maybe I would like him more. But it's one of these where I'm already thinking immediate gut reaction. I would be like, nah, I think it's bad.
Hey, this is gonna be. I want to say something crazy.
What?
Oh no!
I want to say something.
It's still non-spoiler. Remember that?
No, I know it's not spoiler. I think because I'm with Mario, right? I don't really like Batfleck, right? And a lot of people like him. Right, a lot of people say that's my Batman or whatever. Right, I get it. Okay,
yeah.
Like his suit's cool. It's just the cowl. I fucking hate the cowl. Right,
no,
but like I just don't like. Obviously he kills motherfuckers. Right, I don't really like that. Cool.
Right.
But not from what I've seen here, man, and like from my knowledge, obviously for Batfleck from Batman v Superman and everything else, I think I like Keaton more, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think I enjoyed him
as
more.
a Batman.
Yeah, and just as overall character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's going to be crazy.
I heard in his movies...
I'm low-key same here. I'm not going to lie.
I heard in Michael Keaton's Batman movies, he's also killed people.
Oh,
for real?
Yeah, I've heard he's actually when he's holding...
With guns?
When he's holding goons over the roof and he just let them fall. Like, that's still murder.
No, yes. No, well, yes. I guess, even if that's... Take that part out, right? It's just, I think I just liked him more as like a character, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I guess
so
it's
Michael Keaton over Batfleck.
I mean that's gonna be hot take, but yeah, and maybe that might change once I rewatch the movies with Batfleck, because like I said, it's been a long time, bro.
No, yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's been a long time.
For
so maybe
for sure.
This is how I feel at the moment, right? This is how I feel right now. It might change in the future. So like if I end up liking him more or whatever, don't come after me. Be like, in an episode of blah blah blah, you said that Keaton was. I'm like, all right, man, but I'm telling you, it might change because, like I said, I haven't seen those movies in a long time.
Right, for sure.
But yeah, Mario, did you finish what you were gonna say? With Keaton,
I was just gonna wrap it up. What I was gonna say. I was gonna say like he had a good performance in this movie. Yeah. I think he was fine.
No, but that was a good question.
Yeah,
with Hav, because like to me personally. Yeah, no. If it was Batfleck the entire time, I think the movie would have been. Yeah, it would have been the same.
So that's which then further proves my point of why I felt like while having him in the movie was cool, it was purely for nostalgia.
Right.
And also, I'm gonna go on a side tangent. I'm not gonna take too long, but dude, I am still to this day, after all these years, I am still salty that Michael Keaton is in this fucking movie. I am still salty.
You're salty that he's in it?
Yes.
Why?
Because when we heard that they were gonna make the Flash movie be Flashpoint. I don't know if you guys remember, but in Batman v Superman, we saw a flashback of Bruce, his parents dying, right? The Waynes dying in the alleyway. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you guys remember, but in that flashback, the actor playing Bruce's dad, Thomas Wayne, was Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who's Negan in The Walking Dead. So because this was back when the Flash was still Snyderverse and like before James Gunn came into the picture, blah, 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 they said, we're going to make a Flash standalone movie and it's going to be based off Flashpoint. The first thing that came into my head was, oh my God, we're going to see Negan as Thomas Wayne Batman. And that to me sounded like amazing casting because he plays a great villain in The Walking Dead. Of course, the Thomas Wayne Batman is not very humor and charismatic as Negan in The Walking Dead. So Jeffrey Dean Morgan would have to cut that part off. But imagine like a hardcore, more brutal Batman.
And that Batman did kill, right?
Yeah, he did kill and stuff like that because he was way more hardcore and shit. And when I heard that, oh my God, Negan will be playing Batman in this Flash movie, it's going to be raw. And I remember the day I went on social media and it was going viral. It was trending that Michael Keaton will be reprising his role as Batman in the Flash movie. And I go, I think about it, right? I go, okay. In the Flashpoint comics, Batman is Thomas Wayne, so he's hella old. He's way older, right? He's just a more brutal, hardcore, gruff Batman. Michael Keaton is old. He about to hit 70.
So you were thinking.
So I was like, oh,
they're gonna make him his father.
They're not gonna have Negan. They're not gonna have Thomas Wayne. It's gonna be him, and it's purely gonna just be for nostalgia and this and that. And after all these years, I've still been salty, and I still am. And after watching the movie, I'm like, exactly what I had predicted came true. This dude is just here for the nostalgia.
Yeah, but I liked it, even though I didn't have the nostalgia.
No, I thought he was good, but again, it's just like at least I would have at least liked to have seen him played a more impactful role in Barry's character development. Like I said, I made the comparison of Tobey and Andrew in Spider-Man. Like they both played a big part in Tom Holland's character development. Personally, I just would have wished he would have had that. If they would have had that, if he would have played a bigger role in his character development, I'd have been like, oh yeah, he was totally justified to be in this movie. But I just felt like everything I've watched was just like, I feel like he's just here because it's cool to have him around.
So, I mean, speaking of the characters, did we already talk about Supergirl? I mean, I said I liked it, but
no. That's the next that we were going to talk about her next.
Okay, I already said Supergirl. I liked her a lot, man. I like to the point where I hope she's the Superwoman that we get in the new DCU.
Woman of Tomorrow.
Exactly. I really liked her, man. I was like, yo, okay, cool. So like now let's get to your thoughts. Let's go with Mario. Mario, what did you think about Supergirl, man? What's her name again? Sasha Calle.
Sasha Calle. She's Colombian.
I'm the same as you, bro. I think she was amazing in this movie. I loved every scene that she was in. Her fight scenes, especially, were incredible. I was about to spoil something. It's hard to do it. It's not gonna lie.
Bro, don't worry. We're just used to it, bro.
After this, we're gonna talk about one more thing, and then that's when we'll wrap it up right there. So just be careful.
Yeah, this non-spoiler shit hard, but no, I think she did great. Her acting was good. I have one critique, but it's not. It's more of a nitpick, really, not really a critique.
Oh, I think, okay.
I told you.
Yeah.
But overall, she's amazing, bro. I hope she's the Supergirl we get, or Superwoman, would you say?
Well, they're both.
They're the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird thing.
No, but I hope she continues it in this universe. I would love to see her in other movies or make appearances in other films. We don't know as of right now, obviously, but nah, bro. I would say for me, she was like a scene stealer.
Wow.
Okay.
Interesting.
What about you, Hav?
Oh shit.
I think I'm in the minority here.
Oh shit. Here we go, man. Here's another clip.
Hav's about to be like,
let me get ready.
Look, Hav's about to be like this. Like, listen, bro, she bad, but she ain't badass.
What? What
the fuck? She bad, but she wasn't bad.
Yeah. So what does that mean? Yeah.
It's evil world. It's evil world. No, let me see. Okay, so for me, man, I'm in the minority. I really liked her. I think she was great.
I'm gonna just
amazing. Scene stealer. I would not have used those words. That's just me, though. That's just me. Like, don't get me wrong. She did a good job. I liked her as an. I bought her acting and everything like that. It could have easily been like one of those cringy things where it's like, it looks like you're trying to phone in the whole like she's doing her best Robert Pattinson impression.
That's funny you say that.
Well, that was one of his critiques.
Whoa, really?
It was
interesting.
Yeah, because like I can't say what she says, but you know.
Well, no, just how you. No, you don't have to say what she says, but you like how she acts.
She would basically.
Which is true. I did catch that.
Throughout the entire movie, she's just like, how do you know this person? And I'm just like
Robert Pattinson, Batman, emo Batman.
Yeah, I'm just like, and I told him after the movie, I was just like, I hope they change that if they do continue. I'm just like, I don't want her to be that.
I want that Henry Cavill shit from Black Adam. What do you say?
It's been a while since the world's been this nervous.
It's been a while since the world's been this nervous. Like that shit hard, bro. Yeah. Fuck. When I saw that, I was happy as fuck. Hey, yeah. That's another thing, man. Fuck Henry Cavill, man.
All right.
Fuck.
Yeah.
R.I.P. I mean, well.
No, like in terms of
Superman.
Yeah, my bad.
But yeah, no, bro. I mean, like I said, it could have easily been cringe. It could have easily been like really bad, or for like she was phoning it in, trying too hard. But no, it was none of those things. In my opinion, I thought she did a pretty good job playing Supergirl. But I think I can't really call her, oh, she was amazing. She was a scene stealer. I feel like maybe I need to see more of her before I make my my final thoughts on her. I thought she was good, and I think the actress did a good job, and I thought that she was good in the movie. I don't know, like I don't know if you hear it in my voice. Like I'm struggling to say the word great. I can't say great because I didn't feel too much for it. Like, and not to say that she's bad. I thought she did a good job. Mm-hmm. But like either I need to see her either maybe she needed more runtime.
Yeah.
That's another thing too, is like when she finally does appear in the movie, we're already halfway through the movie. She appears and then she's in it for the rest. Maybe if she would have had a little more screen time.
Yeah.
Maybe if she maybe played a bigger role, like, you know what I mean? Like something like that. Because that's another thing too, is that we talked about it earlier. I'll just mention it really briefly, but we said that the runtime's almost 2.5 hours long. Right. And surprisingly, like the reason why I was like, yeah, I kind of felt the runtime was that I felt like the first act of the movie really took its time trying to like establish the groundwork, like the whole thing where like Barry goes back in time and then all this happens and then this leads to this, like Barry meeting up with Michael Keaton Batman doesn't happen till like a while into the movie, and then them meeting up with Supergirl happens even later. You know what I mean? So for me, I would have liked maybe a little more screen time before I solidified my thoughts. That's why per what I was just given, but I have to work with what I was given in this movie, and with what I was given, I was like, yeah, she was pretty good.
Yeah.
Would I like to see her play Supergirl again? Yeah, I'm down for it. I'd like to see something. I don't know if she ends up playing the Superwoman, Woman of Tomorrow movie that James Gunn is planning to do, whether she becomes another side character in another, future project.
Like DC Elseworlds.
Superman Legacy, that's coming out.
Yeah.
Or an Elseworld project where she's a separate continuity, I would like to see more of her.
Yep.
But because I felt like I didn't get enough, I can't call her great, scene stealer, amazing. That's just me, though. She did good. But I would have liked to have seen more for me to finally be like, she was good, she was great, she wasn't boring, like before I really make my final thoughts.
No, yeah. That's fair. I could definitely see that. Another thing, before we get to the main thing, I also want to talk about a bit of the dynamic of both of the Barry Allens. I really like that. I really like both of their dynamics and how they, work together and how they were, figuring this out together and whatever. I don't know. I really liked it, man.
Yeah.
The two
that
different.
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I felt like after a while I was getting irritated at the second Barry, the one with the longer hair.
For sure.
I was just kind of like,
which was the point.
Like, and a part of me was like, okay, I get it, right? Like he's a younger version or blah blah blah, this and that. But like, man, like we was all 18 at one point.
Yeah.
We did not act like that. Actually, funny enough, it reminds me of Tom Holland's Peter. How. Yeah. Well, he's supposed to act like a little kid because he's 15. Motherfucker, 15-year-olds don't act like this. He's acting like he's 12. That was my biggest issue with like Homecoming and Far From Home was that he acted like a little kid. But he's 16. We were not acting like that when we were 16.
Well, maybe we're the minority. Maybe we were just the 16-year-olds that didn't act like that.
I don't know, man. Because I have friends in school that did not act like that. That's true. They were not awkwardly talking with the hype voice. Mr. Stark,
like, please, can I get one Superman ice cream?
Yeah, like talking like some shit.
Shout out to Danny.
Yeah, bro. Danny.
But no, so seeing that other version of Barry in this movie reminded me a lot of that. It kind of gave me the feeling of like, okay, I get it, right? It's supposed to be a younger version of Barry, but like even when we were that age, I was not acting like this.
Right.
And he was also doing things where he would like say a saying. You know how like we would say like, oh, it's lit. Or something like that. Yeah. He would throw down sayings that like did not sound like sayings, and it felt too much like they were trying too hard. Like, for me, it looked like the writers or the people who wrote the screenplay were trying too hard to be like, okay, this Flash movie is gonna have a younger version of Barry, so let's just make him do and act and say things that young teenage kids would do. To me, it's like old people trying to write what teenagers do, and it's like, no, teenagers don't act like this. Maybe it's like, what do you mean? But I have kids of my own. Yeah, but they're 12, stupid. Like, what the fuck? You're dealing with early 20s. Like, what the fuck? They don't act like this.
That's true.
So I thought after a while I was kind of getting obnoxious, but then later in the movie, he finally gets that makeshift suit that you see in the trailer and stuff, right? It's like a Batman suit, but it's Flash. And at that point is when I started liking it. But yeah, after a while I was kind of like, all right, like what?
Right. Okay. So I guess the last thing I want to touch on, then we get to our ratings, and then we get to our spoiler discussion.
Yeah.
Is I think you already know how.
I think I have an idea.
Is the CGI.
Damn.
The CGI, man.
Here we are.
The CGI and the VFX in the Flash is honestly fucking garbage.
Well,
not garbage, but it's trash.
All of it?
Well, not trash, but not all of it. No.
Yeah. Okay. I was
not
gonna
all
say.
of it. I just wanted to get the little attention getter. You know what I mean? But it just wasn't great. Like it just looked like PS3 graphics, some parts and stuff. Like the idea, the visionary was cool, right? There were some things that I thought was really fun and like I could see it, whatever. But it's just the CGI just wasn't there, and obviously. We know that the director came out and said, "Hey, it's supposed to be this way because we're looking at this from the Flash perspective, so everything is going pretty fast and distorted, and it's gonna look kind of weird."
Yeah,
I call bullshit. He's just copping out right there. He's making excuses because when many people had early screenings of the Flash, right, a couple weeks ago, they said that they had people come out and give a disclaimer saying, "Hey guys, the CGI and the VFX is not finished. This is not the end final product of the movie." And they gave that disclaimer, right? Weeks went by, a couple days before the Flash drops for the public, for the mass audience, the director comes out and says, "Hey guys, it's supposed to be like this." Like, nah, come on, man. What I think is that yes, the VFX and the CGI wasn't finished, and I think they wanted to finish in those couple weeks, but they just didn't have enough time, and they were gonna be like, "Fuck it." They're like, "Dang, we don't have enough time." So then that's when the director decided to come out and be like, "Hey guys, it's supposed to be like this. So if y'all think it's trash, just know it's supposed to be like this." To me, I don't know. I thought it was bullshit, man. And I've seen people on social media as well, like clowning and be like, "Get the fuck out, man. That's trash." And we even said that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man CGI was better than some of this. And that was back in 2002.
Yeah.
Like, what are we on? This, like, we like, where are your the Flash time traveling? Yeah, we time traveling back to 2002, like with the CGI PS3 graphics. What the hell is going on? You know, I mean, what did you guys think?
Personally, if I was in his shoes,
Yeah,
I would have just been like, hell no, like I'm not doing this shit. Like, we gonna make these graphics as good as possible.
Yeah, man.
Well, here's the thing. Let's just for a second humor that maybe it is true.
Okay.
I know you're saying like, no, that's bullshit. But let's just pretend it was true.
Yeah.
And that he intentionally visioned that the CGI effects when Barry was running fast and when he was using the Speed Force, right? That those visual effects were supposed to look.
But
like
even
that.
it wasn't even that though. It wasn't even those moments where he was running fast. It was moments where he was just standing still and things were standing still and it looked like it just looked PS3 shit.
What do you mean?
Like, because you're talking about when he's running, right? When he's running and we see the buildings moving shit. Like, I get that, right?
Oh no, that was cool.
Right.
I like that.
Oh, what are you talking? Well, that's what you said right now.
No, I'm talking about like when he goes into the Speed Force.
Okay.
And you know that scene where like he's in that little circle, that little globe thing, and like he starts seeing like shit in the past.
Yeah, those
like,
things.
All those things, like that's what I was referring to. Those VFX, which I'm assuming is what we're talking about.
Yes. And plus I can't say it's a spoiler in the very beginning sequence where he's saving.
Yes.
Right.
That's what I mean. Again, like when he's in the Speed Force and he's running fast and all that.
Yeah.
Like let's just pretend. Let's just for a second pretend that it was intentional. For me, I'm like, okay, I guess I understand your logic, but if I was in your shoes, bro, I would have been like, fuck no, what? Like I want to make these VFX look as good as possible.
Absolutely, man.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. For me, that's why I kind of believe Hector's theory. And I'm kind of on board with that theory because it's like, well, what kind of director would justify having not so great looking VFX?
Exactly.
And for me, I feel like whether it's true or not, like the VFX should be finished.
And why come out when it's legit a week or a couple days before it drops a mass audience? Why not come out and say this months before? You know, in interviews, right? Why not? Why give disclaimers in early
because
screenings?
because maybe he knew it was a business move. Maybe he knew by putting a word out weeks before the movie comes out, no one would go see the movie. The movie doesn't make profit.
No, yeah, but I don't know. I thought it was an excuse. Obviously, we'll never know, right? But personally, the CGI is where I really had an issue, man. It just looked like PS3 shit. Like I'm playing a game. Like it just did not look good, man. And could it be with funding? Right, that's another thing, right? That I was telling you have exactly where Warner Bros said, "Hey, this is the budget we gave you. We're gonna stick to that. We're not gonna give you any more, just because." Let's be real. Our main focus is fucking James Gunn's DCU. You know what I mean? This shit. If it does well, it does well. If it doesn't,
because
this
movie was already like super deep in production when Warner Brothers got bought out by Discovery.
Yeah.
So it could be like one of those things where like, oh, new management came in and now they're changing the rules.
Right.
That maybe they were just like, yeah, like we're just gonna start focusing on the future and whatever was working, whatever y'all were working on before we came in and started running shit.
Exactly.
Y'all do you.
Yep. Exactly.
That's what I think happened.
Yep.
No, absolutely. So no, I'm on that. I'm on that board. I don't know.
Mario, what did you think, bro? The CGI.
I thought it looked great.
It was raw as hell. You know what's fucked up though? Is like remember like if we go back to GTA, like when we play GTA 4 and we look at those graphics at the time, we're like, yeah, this shit's crazy. We're like, yo, this shit's raw. And now looking back at it, it's like, yeah. You know what I mean? That's crazy as fuck. Yeah, that's crazy, man. But anyways, Mario, what'd you think CGI, man?
I would say the CGI was bad.
Yeah.
Some parts were good, some parts were bad.
Yeah, some parts were cool.
But saying that it's as bad as like PS3, man, is an insult to PlayStation 3, bro.
That's crazy.
I would say
PlayStation looked better.
PS3?
I would say PS2.
Oh,
PS2. That's what some of the CGI looked like. PS2. Because man,
Uncharted 2 looked better.
Yeah, and it was on PS3.
Yeah, man, PS3.
And that shit looked amazing, bro.
Hey man, Tobey Maguire's CGI looked better. I'm just saying, like I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, the CGI is just I don't know, man.
Yeah, because I really want to talk about it more when we get to the spoiler discussion of what I'm talking about. But okay, we pretty much covered everything, and I think we're 50 minutes in our non-spoiler. Jesus. Well, then again, we gave the announcement at the beginning. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. I truly think if you're a fan of the Flash, I think you're gonna like this film. And Mario, we can finally do your thing right? Is it worth the watch? Is it worth the ticket?
Oh, is it worth the movie ticket?
There you go. What do you think?
The Flash, I was entertained from beginning to end. I'm going to say if you're thinking about or if you're debating about going to this movie, I'm going to say yes, it is worth the movie ticket.
That's great.
Yes. But if you're all about VFX, then don't go. But if you're not like a big on that, then go ahead.
I think you could look past it.
Hold on.
That's what I think.
I was able to look past it.
That was like 2 ratings in one type of thing.
Well, I think it's worth it.
You have to take into account for all of it. You have to take it. You can't be like, well, if you liked it, then it's wrong.
If you like the Flash, go to it. If you hate VFX and you're, in that field, don't go.
Yeah, for real. Like if you stand VFX, you gotta hate this movie.
So
then
you gotta say overall, like, is it worth a go? You can't be like exception, like asterisk, right? And like say
I
new
feel
shit.
you. I feel you. But no, I mean, me, yeah, I can look past it. Some people won't.
No, yeah, I was able to like it did not cut the enjoyment that I had.
Yeah.
in the investment.
Yeah.
But will it affect the score? Absolutely. I think it's fair.
I could see that.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I could
But
see
it did not affect me being invested in the enjoyment.
Yeah.
Right.
So you would say.
Oh, so I was gonna give him his rating first, since he already gave his if it's worth a movie ticket.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say. I thought we were all gonna do that. The is it worth a movie ticket thing?
Well, the reason, the joke is because when remember that one time where you were gone for a while, we were doing the pods and stuff.
Yeah.
He would do a thing where he wanted to make it a thing. We're like, I want to do a thing, bro. We're like, I say to people if it's worth a movie ticket or not, right? Yeah. But the problem is that we would do spoilers.
Yeah, and we'd do
so
at
the end of the show, we'd be like, it's worth a movie ticket. Well, I mean, we basically just told you the movie, so like this shit don't matter. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I told him. I'm like, yo, bro, finally you could do it and it could make sense.
Yeah.
But if we all want to do it, I mean, we can. If you want
Well,
to.
what do you think? Is it worth the ticket?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I say wait on streaming.
That's
For real? That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah. For real, huh?
Wait till
Fast X. Wait for that motherfucker.
Wait for that bitch.
Yeah, you can wait for that motherfucker.
Yeah, that too.
Wait
you
for
can
that
throw Fast
hoe.
X. But no, yeah, I think personally, I don't think. I mean, I'd be like, you know what? It's like it's like a flip of a coin.
Normal admission. It's worth normal admission.
Like not like special like IMAX.
No IMAX, no Dolby. I think it's
that shit.
Yeah, I think it's just a normal movie ticket. I think it's worth a normal movie ticket.
I think it's worth $5 Tuesdays.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on, hold that. Wait, Mario, what?
We started describing. We have like layers to this shit. Is it worth the movie ticket? Nah, it's worth the regular one. We talk about John Wick 4. No, like John Wick. Wait, pause. Like John Wick 4. Is it worth the movie ticket? I think it's worth an IMAX movie ticket.
For real.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Verse is worth IMAX Dolby.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's how we started doing it. What's it worth? It's worth regular admission.
Normal admission.
Normal admission.
Okay, he's going crazy right now. He said $5 Tuesday.
Nah, that's straight up. That's disrespectful as fuck.
No, it's
if you were to say that about Fast X, I'll call you crazy for that.
Hey, do you remember when Regal would do the summer thing where they do free movies on Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Do you remember that? What if we said that? It's like, hey, it's only worth on a free Tuesday.
Oh, it was
like,
a
free summer movie. Summer movie Tuesday.
Movie at Regal.
No, that's funny.
with a free small popcorn. With a free,
Man, if everything was free, it's lit.
No, that's bogus as fuck.
Hell no.
No, I think it's normal admission.
Yeah, normal admission. That's facts.
I say just wait till streaming. I don't think this movie's all that.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
I say wait till Max has it.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, with that being said, guys, we're gonna get into our ratings and then our spoiler discussions. Mario, let's start with you, bro. What do you rate this movie?
I think this was a W for the DC universe, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to say too much because I know you guys are gonna say more. To me, I think this is an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Okay. Hav?
Me?
Yeah.
Damn.
What do you think, Hav?
I think the movie was pretty good as well. I thought it was enjoyable. I thought Ezra Miller was a standout. I liked his acting. At least the OG Barry, not the other one that you see in the trailer with the longer hair. I liked the acting. I thought the story was pretty good. The supporting characters did good for their part, right? Like all of them. And I thought this movie was really cool too, but it's just I'm not at the level that you and Mario are, where I thought it was amazing and blah blah blah. Like I said, I'd rather I'd rather tell people, hey man, just either $5 Tuesdays or wait till it's on streaming. Yeah. Like, is it worth going above and beyond watching it in IMAX and all that? Personally, for me, it's just like, no. I
think it was just like a fun, enjoyable movie, man.
It is a fun, enjoyable movie,
I mean?
but it wasn't an amazing experience like Spider-Verse was or Guardians 3.
Yes, I do not agree with many people, including James Gunn, saying that this is one of the best superhero movies ever made.
Well, here's the thing. Now, Well, here's the thing. I can understand James Gunn saying that because he can't. He's now co-CEO of fucking DC.
He's trying to sell this bitch.
Yeah, he can't. And I do remember like a month and a half ago, was it 2 months ago, when all those TikTok influencers, all those people got early ass screenings. People were like, "It's the best movie ever." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you guys right now, bro. The cameos are lit, and it's like. And then we saw the movie. We're like, what cameos? What the like? Y'all going crazy for nothing. But no, man. Like I said, I think this was a fun kind of like laid back, enjoyed movie. But is it, as far as like, because we're gonna talk about this being a superhero movie, I'm gonna strictly talk about the superhero genre. Was it super amazing? Was it an otherworldly experience?
Like groundbreaking.
Like Across the Spider-Verse, like Guardians 3, like No Way Home? No, personally, I don't think so. But it's like.
I think it's one of the better DCEU movies.
Oh no, for sure.
Like hands down.
Yeah, I think it's up. I think I like this. Maybe I want to say just as much as the first Aquaman movie, but I think I liked Aquaman more.
Aquaman.
But it's around that era. It's around that kind of like ballpark, I could say.
I think what I would put it, bro, is the enjoyment that I got with this is equivalent or just as, I guess, even a bit better, like with Black Adam, in my opinion. Because like Black Adam, like even though obviously we discussed it, like the writing, all these different things that were pointless and stuff.
Sure.
It was very enjoyable and it was fun.
It was fun.
with the action. So I think like
it's around there.
Exactly. I think it's like around there for me, just a bit like better because I think I enjoyed the characters more. Even though we discussed that Keane wasn't necessarily like, there's no reason, I guess, for him to have him there.
Right.
But I did enjoy the story elements and the dynamic duo that we had with the two Barrys. The heart, like those small heartfelt moments. So yeah, that's what I think.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with that. And so with all that being said, I'd probably give this movie like I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, 7's fair. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. For me, I think I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna stick with Mario. So yeah, I thought it was an 8.
So 8s.
Yes, 2 8s. Mario. Sorry. Javi gave it a 7. Me and Mario give it an 8. But yeah, Javi doesn't think it's worth a movie ticket. We think it's worth a normal admission movie ticket. But yeah, guys. So that is gonna be for our non-spoiler review of The Flash. So if you want to stay for our discussions, for our spoiler discussion, feel free to stay. And not only that, at the end of the show, we will be answering the multiple questions and, the shout outs, the comments on YouTube videos. So if you really just want to hear that, just stay till the end. But yeah, so let's get to the spoiler discussions. I guess I can finally talk about the CGI, right?
All right.
Okay. Now we're starting, guys. So in the very beginning, with the babies, that shit was crazy though. Okay, first of all, before the CGI, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, me too. I felt the same way.
Yeah, like because Flash is first of all, the first scene where Flash is running fast and shit, I thought that was pretty cool. Even though it looked kind of funny, like him running like it looks slow, but like normal.
No, right.
But he's running fast. That looked funny to me.
No, to me, what looked really cool was when like he's about to run, and you see the building just go like does that stretch out bullshit.
Yeah, that shit was cool.
And then he runs. That I don't know. I like that effect. And you know what, dude? That effect looked so fucking cool.
Yeah.
That I'm surprised they didn't use that effect more in the movie. It was like that one time, and that was it.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so I was so that was cool. But yeah, you were talking about the babies.
Yeah, so he ends up, because I forgot what was happening again.
It was a hospital.
Yeah, there's a hospital, but why was that happening again? An earthquake or some sinkhole?
It was something like that.
Bro.
Something that caused this hospital to start collapsing.
Alfred's on the phone. Then Ben Affleck's Batman he's like chasing these guys with with like a case with I don't know what it was.
It was like a deadly virus thing.
Yeah, I don't think they said or anything. So that's going on, which I thought that whole scene with Batman, that was cool. Okay,
sure,
like the action was there like from the beginning, like from the jump. And so anyways, so Flash gets to this building. There's a sinkhole. It's like this hospital. Yeah, right. Is it a hospital?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a hospital that's coming down, and one of the floors is one of those floors where they have all a bunch of babies and stuff. And this is completely different, like sidetrack low key. You know how they have all those bunch of babies and they have like the names and stuff?
Yeah.
I think my biggest fear is like mixing up my baby or some shit. Like the doctor's mixing up my baby. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is that's like a side thing. And so the fucking building's collapsing. The windows shatter, and all those babies in the carts fall out the fucking window.
Yeah, bro.
Same with the nurse lady with her baby or whatever. They all fall down, and I'm like, am I seeing this correctly, bro? Like, I'm literally watching babies fall out of this building.
Newborn infants.
Newborn infants with all this glass, all this bullshit, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? And that's when obviously the Flash is like,
he starts to speed up.
Exactly. He does
Things start to slow down, and he's looking. He's looking everywhere like, what the and this one thing's about to crush a baby.
Yeah.
These fucking knives are about to stab the baby's eye. Like, there was this other one, I forget what it was, and he's like, fuck. But here's the thing, right?
Right.
I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't know, you can disagree with me, and then when Mario comes back, I'll ask him. But
yeah,
that whole sequence of him saving the babies, I didn't really find that cool.
Okay.
Now I understand that we're on this topic because you're the special effects.
Right.
I'm gonna exclude the special effects for like right now. I'm just talking about in general. I didn't really find that scene to be like entertaining. I didn't find it to be cool, like, and all this and that. And I think the reason why it took me out of it was because when the Flash starts to speed up and he's looking at the babies that are all about to die.
Right.
I guess personally what I would have liked in that scene is for him to speed up and just save the babies. Like, oh crap, like just let's speed up. But instead we kind of get that comedic moment where he looks like he's reaching over for one of the babies and then just walks past it and reaches for the vending machine.
To get food.
Because you find out that this dude is starving because his metabolism is just higher than usual. So without energy in his system, he can't run and be fueled to run fast and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So I think what took me out of it was when he reaches past the baby for the vending machine.
Yeah.
To me, seeing him reach for the vending machine snacks and eating this shit and like chugging the milk and blah 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 kind of felt like MCU humor. It felt like humor that was kind of interjected that didn't have to be there.
Okay.
And I felt like if they would have just taken out that scene and just had him look at the babies fall and been like, all right, it's game mode time, and then he just like flips the switch, right, and then just goes super speed and saves the babies one by one. I would have liked to have seen a cool scene where like he had saved the babies all by one, like how Quicksilver did in the X-Men movies.
Oh yes,
like how he runs really fast and he saves the people and shit. I would have liked to have seen that, but I feel like when I saw him reach over the snacks and he's eating the Snickers and the chugging the milk, I was just kind of like.
But the argument is like he couldn't have done that if he wasn't fully energized.
Sure, but here's the thing.
But then, like I said, why even like make that in the beginning of the movie?
Exactly. Like, why not just have him be like, "Oh, I'm running late."
Yeah.
Why not have it be like, okay, like the whole thing where he's like hungry did not have to be a point in the story. It could have just been like, "Hey man, can you just make my fucking sandwich because I'm late for work?"
Exactly.
Not like I need you to feed me because I need to be fast. Like you could have just taken that part out and had that whole scene of the babies falling, being like, "Oh fuck," and then he goes saves them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I personally would have liked that.
No, you're right. It was definitely comedic like that. Like MCU type
it kind of
shit.
felt like that unnecessary MCU humor that was interjected in a scene that didn't have to be there. Don't get me wrong. It did get a chuckle out of me. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
Like, because he's reaching for the baby.
When he put the baby in the microwave? Remember that? He put the baby in the
like
microwave.
that shit, I was like, bro, what? No, dude, when he's saving the babies and he puts that fucking baby in the fucking microwave, granted the microwave's unplugged.
No,
obviously, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want people going crazy, right? But
yeah.
My thing was like, that was funny to me and shit, but like, what was I gonna say? I just lost my train of thought. I was gonna say,
that you thought it was cool. Like you said, don't get me wrong, but like I did think like it was kind of cool, but and then I think that's where you kind of stopped up.
Oh no, I was just talking about like how the scene of like him putting the baby in the microwave and reaching for the vending machine snacks,
like it was like got you chuckling.
It
like,
got me. It got a laugh out of me. But retrospectively, it's kind of like if they would have taken that part out, like and just
the comedic part,
it would have made the scene. Okay, you know what? It just came to me. I think I know how to best describe this.
Okay.
I think the scene where he was saving the babies, and he was putting the baby in the microwave and all this bullshit, and he's laying them out on the fucking hospital bed and all that shit. To me, bro, it felt like that whole scene felt more comedic
than it
did heroic.
Like a badass intro. Like a badass intro to like, oh shit, the Flash.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
It came across more comedic than it did heroic.
Right.
That's kind of how I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was like they wanted this scene to be funny. Like, oh, well, we have to make the Flash save these people because he's a superhero. That's what superheroes do, right? They save, but let's make it funny. Whereas I would have preferred to have seen him use his powers to save for the sake of not being comedic, but to be heroic. And be like, oh, that was cool. He saved all these babies and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Something like that. I would have liked a version of that scene that was more heroic.
Yeah.
And not comedic.
Now that Mario's here, Mario had to take a quick restroom break. You said you wanted to ask him?
Bad.
Oh, yeah. I said I was going to wait for you to come back. What did you think of the scene where Flash is saving the babies that were falling out the hospital?
It had me worried about the movie.
That
scene, it had me worried about the movie because I'm just like, oh fuck. Like,
why?
Because the CGI was bad with the babies. I don't know if you're talking. You probably did.
Well, we're about to get there.
Oh,
we said we were gonna put the CGI to the side and just talk about the scene itself where he was saving the babies.
Oh, okay. Well, the scene itself altogether, it's because like, how should I say it? Like, yeah, he's like doing heroic shit.
Yeah.
But to me, I just couldn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
If that made sense.
See,
so it had me worried.
That's literally what I just said.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Mario agrees. Mario agrees.
It had me worried, but luckily, I was wrong.
No, yeah, that's definitely true. I could definitely see that. And you're right, because I didn't necessarily. At first, I did take it seriously when I saw the babies falling. I was like, "What are we really doing this right now?"
Yeah, right.
Like, there's babies flying out the window.
Bro, he put one in a fucking microwave. You saw
we
that?
talked about.
Oh, you did. Yeah. I was like, "What the fuck?"
We're like, "What the fuck?"
Bro, he took the burrito out
and he ate
it, threw that bitch to fucking stop the whatever baby from dying.
The knives.
And I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, come on, man.
Okay,
like, I get it.
Okay. Now, I'm glad you said that because literally when you were gone, I was telling Hector, I said that my one issue with that scene, other than the special effects, was that I felt like this scene, bro, was too comedic and not heroic.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So, like, I was telling Hector that, like, not to repeat myself, it's because Mario wasn't here, guys, but I was telling Hector that I would have liked a scene that, like, maybe, like, first of all, from the beginning of the movie, is that they should have just taken out the thing where he's like, oh, I'm just really hungry. You know what I mean? Because I was telling Hector that the one thing that kind of took me out of the scene was when he was reaching for the baby, but then he, like, swipes the baby away and grabs the snacks for the vending machine, and he's eating the Snickers, chugging the milk, and all that, right? All that shit.
You say that, but like that actually made me laugh.
No,
but
and
it
I told
adds
Hector
to that scene where it's like
I told Hector it got a laugh out of me, but retrospectively, it's like from that part where he's like eating the snacks from the vending machine till like the end of that scene, it all just kind of felt like funny, heroic, comedic shit.
Yeah.
And I told Hector I would have liked a scene that was more like a little more serious. It took itself more serious and a little more high stakes, where it's like, oh shit, those babies are about to die. He speeds up and then saves them, kind of like how Quicksilver saved the people in the X-Men movies, right? And he was like running really fast and stuff like that. But like, I felt like with him, like putting the baby in the microwave, reaching for the snacks, and like putting the babies on that gurney when he was falling, felt way too comedic, and it just didn't feel like he was a hero. It felt like he was more like a comedian. It was like watching like the Three Stooges. With powers. I don't know.
No, that's true. No, you're right. I think what you said would have definitely been better, and I definitely agree. But I still thought it was cool. I didn't think it was like I didn't think it ruined it for me completely. But there were moments where I was like, okay, because initially when that first scene you said where he reached for the food and stuff, that did kind of was like I did feel that. I was like, what the fuck? But then as it played out, I was like, okay, what it is fun and it is kind of funny. I'm not gonna okay. I still enjoyed it, if that makes sense.
And something that I mentioned to Hector is that I said that when I saw him reach over for the snacks instead of the baby, and he was eating the snacks and blah blah blah, I told him that it felt like an MCU joke, where they interject like a joke or humor in a scene that wasn't necessary, like unnecessary humor that like just didn't have to be there. I told him that watching him reach over for the vending machine felt like an MCU joke thing. I don't know if you felt that. I told Hector
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Okay, so now let's get to the CGI, man.
Now we can talk about
the baby's trash.
The babies were definitely
the CGI on the
like
babies
they did not look realistic. I kind of wanted him to die.
Facts. Like it looked like I was on a PSP.
That's facts, yeah.
Like I don't know.
Damn, not even PS Vita.
Not even a PSP.
That's crazy.
It looked like I was on a Game Boy Advance.
Hell no.
Hey, not even a Game Boy Color.
Not
It
even
was
a
a black
color.
and white Game Boy.
Not even a color, man. Not even a color. Not even a limited edition
Nah, bro.
Game Boy.
Fuck that.
The CGI,
CGI
was
was
really
terrible.
bad.
Pokemon
and
Red,
was
more
so
like
bad.
Pokemon Trash.
And that's where, because I went to the movie thinking, I'm like, oh, damn, because a lot of people were also saying the CGI was bad, whatever. And
Yeah.
I was like, damn, bro. I'm like, nah.
it can't be.
That's early screenings. Maybe it's raw. And that scene, that's where it got me worried. I was like, oh, shit. They ain't lying. This shit looked like a Pixar movie. Like,
No, it's all
no,
Pixar.
that's
Pixar.
facts.
What the fuck?
That's facts. It looked animated as fuck. But yeah, Pixar was way better, right?
It looked like one of
You're
those
right.
bad like animated movies.
No,
You know what I'm talking about?
you're right. You're right.
Like the Ant movie. It looked like that.
Ant movie? Oh, from Pixar, the Ants. Yeah, I think.
Ants.
Yeah,
That was years
Bug's
ago.
Life. Ants.
but yeah, it's called Ants. Yeah, right. That's the one. Is that from Pixar?
No, that's from. I think that's another thing.
Oh no, Bug's Life is
Was
Pixar.
Pixar.
Okay. But yeah, CGI. That's where like it started. I'm like, ah, great, fuck. But okay, so we got that. I guess I also want to. I guess what I really want to talk about is fuck, man. What?
More VFX stuff. I mean, while we're on the topic.
We talked about how he was in the Speed Force when he was in that bubble, and like he was figuring out, whoa, like I'm actually like
Time traveling.
right. Those pop-ups or whatever, it looked
Of like recent of past events and stuff like that.
it looked terrible. I did not like that. That shit looked terrible as fuck. Even when we get the a few cameos, because some of them did look kind of good at the very end, where for example, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
That shit looked trash.
That shit was trash.
It looked like a video game, but like there were some others where it looked okay. Like the Superman, the OG Superman.
Christopher Reeve.
That one looked okay. And then when Superwoman popped in, that looked better than the Nicolas Cage one. I was like, okay, like what the fuck? And those different things. Which
We saw Adam West Batman.
Oh yes. Oh, and I actually did really like the Easter eggs too. Where we've obviously, I guess, damn, we're jumping ahead, but whatever, right? Where we're talking about we find out who we see Dark Flash,
Yes.
right? And we find out who it is, and who it is the Barry Allen that not the OG Barry Allen, the dude with the one with the longer hair.
The one that rocks the Batman Flash suit that he
Yes, we'll talk about the scene too later. When we find that out and that he's the Dark Flash, he's like, I'm here because I'm trying to fix this or whatever. He's been trying for so long, and we get like a flashback or whatever. It's like, how far did you go? And it shows the OG Flash from the comic books where he has the hat with
That's
the little
Jay Garrick.
And we see him running in the little bubble, and I thought that was pretty cool. We definitely saw like it was some like Across the Spider-Verse type shit where like we did see different universes and we did see kind of cameos and stuff.
Yeah.
And I really
You know who I'm
did enjoy
surprised
it.
we didn't see? Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, who?
I think I know what you're gonna say.
You do.
Who?
The Grant Gustin.
Oh no, never mind.
Who's that?
He's the CW
The
Flash.
CW Flash, the Arrowverse Flash.
Because
I never seen
this Flash, the Ezra Miller Flash, made an appearance in that
in
show.
the Arrowverse.
So I thought they would.
Really?
They crossed over. Yeah.
What?
They crossed over.
They've crossed
What the
over.
fuck?
As a matter of fact, cowgirl, canonically, Flash had that metal like plated suit in Justice League, and the reason he had the idea to make a more sleeker suit, the one that we see in this Flash movie, is because he met the Arrowverse Flash, and he
Are you kidding?
I swear to God, that's canonically. That's
Why
real.
would they do that?
That's real. That's canonically.
I don't know if I
correct.
like that, man. I haven't seen the Flash.
The show.
I haven't seen the Flash show. I heard it's fire in the beginning, but then they tipped off with the CGI and everything and whatever. You know, the whole thing where that whole scene, you don't touch without consent meme, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna watch this shit. But like, I don't know if I like that, man.
No, why?
No, it's like, why? It's just you
And guess
leave that
what?
alone.
And guess what? When do you think this crossover happened?
I don't know when it happened.
Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's when it happened.
So
the Flash starts like traveling to different Earths, and he comes across one, and you just hear a voice like, who are you? And he turns around, and it's Ezra Miller in his Justice League armor Flash.
Okay.
And he's like, I like your suit. It's very breathable. It's pretty cool. Blah blah blah. This and that. And so canonically, that's how he got the idea of making that other Flash suit, the one that we see in this movie.
Do you guys fuck with that?
I mean,
I don't mind
it was
the
cool.
suit,
I thought
but
it was like an
dude,
Easter egg. Like I was like, okay.
I fuck with the metal one, like heavily.
You know why? You know
The
what's
metal
funny?
one looked pretty cool.
I liked it because it reminds me of the Injustice game, the first one.
Oh,
It looked like that kind of suit. You know what I mean? It kind of looked like that. But and it's funny too because the Flash didn't have a name. You remember in the Justice League movie, he didn't have the name. They just called him Barry.
Oh,
So he's
right.
like, "What the fuck? Like you're the Flash too?" Ezra Miller was like, "What's a Flash?"
So he took it from there?
yes, cowgirl.
No.
Look at him. He doesn't like it.
Dad, why?
It's so funny. He's like, "What's a Flash?" Like, oh, you call. He goes, "That's a pretty good name."
James Gunn, please just kill this bitch. Just kill this whole universe. It's fucking trash. Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me Gotham Knights is connected to this universe too. Man.
Well, no, it's because it's separate universes. It's not
But you know
just
they canceled that though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Of course they did. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
But I'm not saying it's in
but
the
yeah.
same universe. It was a different. It was a multiverse.
Okay, fine.
And
but
Barry and those two Barrys, right? Arrowverse and Snyderverse.
Yeah.
They both just came. They just both met each other.
Yeah.
And they had an interaction, and then they both just kind of faded away.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, they're different multiverses, right? But the multiverse or universe that we have, the DCU, that's apparently to us the main continuity.
Yeah.
So like to me is like, okay, we're the main continuity, you're the main continuity, but you're gonna take your ideas from a different fucking multiverse. Like to me it's supposed to be where the different multiverse people take the idea from our main continuity.
our continuity.
Exactly.
Okay. I can see that.
Just because it's our continuity. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Just because it's us. Does that make sense, bro?
I know. What you
I see where you're coming
So
from.
I don't know, man.
I can't-
I didn't know
to
that
me,
shit.
To me, I'm just like,
I didn't think you knew. I didn't. know
it could
you
be
knew
better,
that.
but I'm not like, fuck that shit.
To me,
didn't
when
know
I
that
saw it, I was
shit,
like,
man.
"Oh, that's cool." Like, I guess they, I guess it's cool that they interacted.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't think much of like the suit until like they said that the Flash movie will introduce a newer suit, a more sleeker suit, and blah blah blah. And I saw people on like social media theorizing like, yo, could it be that Ezra Miller's Flash got the idea for that suit because
Right.
he came across Grant Gustin's Flash?
Yeah.
And I was like, technically that does make sense, like
Yeah.
because he was like, I like your suit. It's very breathable. It's
Gotcha.
very like not as bulky as mine. Blah blah blah. So that whole interaction
Yeah.
is like,
Okay.
what the fuck? So you're the Flash too? And he's like, what's a Flash? It's like the
Right.
Flash. That's what we are. He's like, oh, that's a good name. Like that literally all
I had
plays
no
out.
idea, bro.
I can show you the clip on YouTube when we're done. But like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing, bro.
Okay, well, before we continue off with the Dark Flash, because I do want to explain who he is and stuff. And,
Yes.
and everything. I want to come back a little bit and mention another person that we saw that made a cameo in the very intro, which was fucking Wonder Woman.
Yep. And it was
for
Gal
like
Gadot.
5 seconds.
Yeah, we see fucking Wonder Woman in this bitch,
for 5 seconds and then
and that's it, right?
So
It's like
this has to be her last appearance. We thought it was gonna be in Shazam.
Shazam. No, this is the last.
This is the last one.
yeah, for real.
Oh,
I feel like you could have cut
did you
that
guys
out.
did you guys like her as Wonder Woman?
Are you talking
I
about in
enjoy
this
it.
movie or
no,
in
like
general?
In general.
I thought she was great. She did a good job.
She was great. Like, come on.
I thought she was.
What you
fine.
didn't? Wait, hold on.
No,
Did you not like her?
I liked her,
Okay.
but I didn't think she was like great, amazing. Did she look like Wonder Woman and give me Wonder Woman vibes? Yes. Like she right.
Yeah.
But like the first Wonder Woman, I liked a lot.
Yeah.
The second one was trash.
That second one was
yeah.
garbage.
That
I did
movie
not-
was okay.
I did not like it.
They had good things.
Yeah, I
and
didn't
then
like it.
it had good things.
Can you
and
turn this plane invisible? I don't know. I've only did a cup once, and it was for practice. We better hurry because they're on our ass. First try.
And not only that motherfucker only knows how to fly World War II planes or whatever the fuck. Remember that?
Yeah, right.
It's like, how the fuck does he know how to drive a jet?
plane?
It's like, hey,
Like,
have you flown before? Yeah, only back like in those older planes, whatever. And it's a freaking jet, and he knows how to fly it.
Bro. And then they're flying in the end. There's fireworks going. I'm like, bro, that shit would be fucked up right now. It's a fucking firework and an explosion going off in the air.
And how Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman was like flying through the air with
she was swinging on the clouds,
lasso.
cowgirl.
Yeah.
swing. I don't know. To me, that was kind of funny. I was like, all right.
No, the one part where like Hector like, yo, bro, did you not just see that? I was like, what? When she's like,
Saves the doll?
and the doll.
The doll.
Remember you? Cause I didn't see it at first. You were
She's
like,
tumbling
Mario,
with
you
the
did
doll.
not just see that. I was like, no. I was like, play it black. I see it. I'm like, holy shit, it's an actual fucking doll.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
That's when I
Whatever.
knew. I was like, yo, nah, they tripped.
But anyways, you were saying.
What was I saying?
You were saying that you liked her.
Oh
but
yeah,
she wasn't
yeah.
amazing.
But she wasn't amazing. Whatever. She did look like Wonder Woman. I like whatever. But Kal-El, no. Like, remember that scene?
That was in the
that was in Snyder. That was in Justice League. The OG. I think. No, both, right?
No, there were different takes.
Oh, it's just OG. Snyder.
The really bad one
Kal-El, no.
was in the Justice League.
Yeah,
and then they used a different take of her delivering the same line but differently.
Yeah.
That sounded way better in the Snyder cut.
Well, besides the Snyder cut, the other one, the first one that I saw,
Yeah.
that shit was cringe.
Yeah.
No, it looked like it reminded me of Catherine Newton's acting.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? So like, okay, right? So
Ant bitch or whatever her name was. I forgot her name.
Cassie Lang.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Cassie Lang. But yeah, so like, so I'm kind of like neutral with Wonder Woman, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm just neutral. I'm excited to see who else could play Wonder Woman. I'm excited to see who's gonna play these different new characters.
Yeah,
You know
me
what
too.
in general. But I do wish I want to see Sasha Calle.
Yeah,
come
she better
back.
come back.
As
I'd
Supergirl?
like her to come
Yeah,
back.
I could.
But-
I'll give her the opportunity. Fuck it.
But she might not, and we can explain.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
explain.
We'll find it. But what were you gonna say?
No, I was. But little side note, I thought I saw a tweet that James Gunn was already casting for Superman.
Yeah.
I saw that.
There's-
So
yeah.
No, so in the podcast that me and Hector were talking about before we started the podcast. So just briefly, guys, James Gunn did a podcast with Michael Rosenbaum, and he basically talked about his DC universe and stuff like that. And he gave us some updates on Superman. He said that the auditioning process is now over.
Oh,
And now they are now in the process of narrowing down the auditions
The Superman.
to who's
That's
going to
crazy.
be cast. That's where they're at right now as we speak. They're looking at all the auditions, and they're now going to narrow it down to see who's going to play him. And I've seen a lot of rumors.
I've seen, yeah, me too.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like.
I've
people
seen
saying,
one where like, oh shit, like he actually does look like Superman.
Who?
I don't know, man. You know me, Hav.
Oh, I thought you're. Oh,
I don't know
what's he
his.
been
I
in?
don't know his actor name or whatever. But I just saw a picture of like, and it said his actor name was like, oh, this he apparently auditioned for the role of Superman. And to me, I'm like, dang, he does look like Superman. What the fuck?
Do you know what movie he's been in or anything?
No, bro, I don't. I mean, I could maybe.
Look it up.
no,
I saw
look.
one of the people that supposedly auditioned. I don't know if it's true or not. Is Nicholas Hoult, who is the guy that plays Beast in X-Men in the prequel X-Men movies.
I don't remember.
Young Beast.
I don't remember.
If you saw a picture of him, you'd know who he was.
But no, to piggyback where I left off, I was gonna say about Wonder Woman. I'm kind of the same way as Hector, where it's like, I think she was fine. I think Wonder Woman 2 really ruined it for me when it came to
The
her.
first one was good, man.
Because
I
I
liked the first
really
I
enjoyed
really liked
the
the first
first
one.
Wonder Woman. I think they did a great job introducing her in that movie, but that second movie was just so god awful that I'm just like, bro, like what the fuck? But nah, man, I think she was fine. I don't know how do you feel about Wonder Woman?
I thought she was good.
I think he already.
I thought you answered
I
first.
said, well, I briefly just said, oh, she was cool.
Ah.
But for me, I feel like she was cool, bro. I liked her as Wonder Woman. I thought she was fine. As far as like people being like, well, her second movie's trash and blah blah blah. That's more so like not really her fault, but more so the writers. It's just the script that she's working with.
And the director.
You know what I mean? And the director. But so like I can't really fault her for that. But I mean, I think another reason why we think she's good or neutral, like we're kind of in that ballpark. We didn't say she was great or she was. Who else could have played her? not like that, is because this is the only live action Wonder Woman we've ever gotten. Yeah. We have no comparison, which is different to Batman and Spider-Man because there have been different ones, but you can't really compare Wonder Woman. I guess you can if you want to compare the OG Wonder Woman from like back in the 80s, like her own TV show, but like that's not really a fair comparison because that's from like 40 years ago. We're in the now.
I can't find it, bro.
No, bro. This is one of the people that I saw supposedly auditioned. Nicholas Hoult, who played Young Beast. I don't know if this is the guy you saw.
No, I could have sworn I saw him. People were saying that he was gonna play Lex Luthor.
This guy?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe I'm getting confused, but okay,
we'll see. But yeah, that's where they're at right now. Superman Legacies. They're narrowing down the audition.
So let's go. So let's get. I don't want to get too much attention. Let's get back to Dark Flash just because we mentioned him and we forgot. We didn't really explain him much. So now we're at the point of the movie. Obviously, we know that General Zod is back. He's trying to destroy the planet.
Yeah.
And he's looking for Supergirl, and we find out that the Superman that we know was an infant, right? When he was an infant in the pod, General Zod actually found him, and killed his ass.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy. Like, dang, bro. And that's where Supergirl's like, she gets pissed, and that's where we get the scenes where she does her laser visions, and we start fighting and stuff. So we're having this whole fight scene just because Flash is like, yo, we got to stop General Zod. And obviously, Mike Keaton, Batman, is like, y'all need some help. Let's get nuts. You gonna go nuts? Let's go nuts.
Yeah,
right,
bro. I don't know why me, bro. When he said that, y'all want to get nuts. In that line, right? He's let's get nuts, right?
Right.
He said that y'all want to get nuts. In my mind, I'm like, drop your pants.
What?
I don't know why.
This man tripping, man. This man.
Just the way he said it, I'm just like,
nuts.
It's just like it would have sounded funny to me. That's a little.
Mario's like, I don't know why.
Right. Hey, Mario. Even if you were, bro, we support it, man.
Yeah, bro.
Don't worry, bro.
I'm not, motherfucker.
It's just that if you came out, all these jokes would have made more sense.
Right. Happy Pride Month, man. We support you. We support that here, okay, guys. So let's get back into it, man. Fuck, where was I? Where was I at?
Dark Flash.
You were dropping your
pants. No. Shut up, Mario. God damn it. What a weirdo. No, so I'm talking about, General Zod is trying to destroy or we find out Clark Kent, when he was a baby, got rocked.
Was killed.
And so the Flash is trying to help stop Zod, and Michael Keaton joins, Supergirl joins, and now we have this battle that's going on.
Yeah.
And so during this battle, Dark Flash originally, actually, we get a glimpse of him in the very beginning when he first gets into that time travel, or was it the second time when he had that talk with Batfleck? It was one of those.
No, it was one of those.
It was one of those early.
So he woke. So Barry goes back in time.
Yeah.
Puts the can of tomatoes in the shopping cart.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
And he's like, "There we go. We should be straight." And then he goes back into the bubble and starts trying to run to the present, but gets interrupted because he gets attacked by Dark Flash.
Yes.
Because that's another thing too, is that we're not really in the present. We're still technically in the past.
Yes.
That's why this duplicate Barry, the second Barry, is much younger. He's an 18-year-old Barry Allen because he's still technically in the past. He didn't make it to the full present.
Right.
So we get the first introduction when he was trying to run back to the present, but then he sees a figure start coming out of nowhere. He's like, "What the fuck?" He just fucking charges at him and pushes him out of the bubble, and he ends up in 2008 or whatever. So something.
So that was our first glimpse. So anyways, we're back to this battle, right? And eventually, Michael Keaton's Batman dies for the first time, right? Yeah. He dies, and then Supergirl also dies by Zod, and obviously. The two Barrys are like, yo, what the fuck? Wait, we could change this. We could go back in time. And so that's what they do, but the same outcome happens. Supergirl still dies. Batman still dies, no matter what they change. And it's starting to hit the OG Barry, where it's like, oh shit, this is the multiverse intersection or some shit that Batman explained
He was spaghetti. He was explaining with spaghetti strands about how the multiverse works.
Exactly.
And he basically he took the cooked spaghetti,
which is a good explanation.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it was a pretty good explanation. But he basically took cooked spaghetti out of the boiling water, and he put it into a bowl, and he's like, "This is what you get: a messy ass fucking multiverse where they all cross over and curve into each other and blah blah blah."
Right.
So what you're explaining right now is that Barry realizes that he's in a fixed point where this cannot change.
It cannot change, and that's what it's starting to realize. But the Barry that is not
Barry,
the young Barry, right? He's
accept it.
Doesn't accept it. He's not letting go. He's like, no, there has to be a way, and he's out there reversing time on his own and trying to do it on his own, while our OG Barry is still inside that bubble,
that Speed Force,
and he's just like, yo, like, we gotta stop this, we gotta let this go.
And then young Barry tries to change what happened. The same thing happens. Keaton Batman dies, Supergirl dies, and he comes back, and he's like, what the fuck, like, I was waiting for you. All right, this time come with me. And then he just keeps going and going.
Right.
And something else I don't want you to forget to mention is when he's coming back into the bubble, into the Speed Force, he keeps getting Kryptonian shrapnel stabbed into him.
Oh, yes.
So like the first time, like he gets stabbed in the arm and it's like a piece of shrapnel.
Yeah.
But he doesn't ever take it out. He just keeps it in his arm, like it's just impaled inside his forearm. And he's like, fuck it. And then he goes out, tries to change the past, comes back with even more shrapnel, and he goes over and he does it over and he keeps getting more shrapnel and stuff.
Right. And obviously that adds up, and then all of a sudden we see the Dark Flash come out of nowhere again. Yeah. And we're like, yo, what the fuck's going on? He looks fucking ugly as hell. He got like spit everywhere, right? And then young Barry comes in, he's like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? Whatever. And eventually we find out that he is the young Barry. Mm-hmm. And he is the version of himself that is not giving up. And he's going back in time, going to the present or whatever these things, fucking up with the timeline, And that is where I think the young Barry is like, yo, like, what the fuck? And the Dark Flash realizes, wait a second. You're the reason why I'm not able to fix this, because you're the one like reversing it or like some shit. So I got to get rid of you. I got to eradicate you. Mm-hmm. And so as he's trying to kill him, young Barry protects him, and young Barry gets killed. Mm-hmm. He gets stabbed. Mm-hmm. And obviously when young Barry dies, so does the Dark Flash, because if he dies, the Dark Flash doesn't exist.
Real quick, I just want to mention this.
Right.
I would have liked to have seen more of Dark Flash.
Thank you, Hav. I was absolutely going to say that. I was going to mention that.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. Like, just his design looked cool. The whole, like, premise of who he was and shit like that. Like, that he was young Barry and he was just young Barry who grew old of the multiple attempts that he tried to change that fixed point. Personally, I would have liked to have seen more of him. I feel like we didn't even get a satisfying ending boss battle between them. It was just one thing where he tried to kill him. Like you said, young Barry got in the way, sacrifices his life, and that's how he dies. But I would have liked to have seen a scene of these two speedsters like going at it and like fighting in the multiverse. Mm-hmm. Like, wouldn't it be cool if we got something like Across the Spider-Verse? Because we see in that scene that there's these different multiverses, like these different Earths floating around. Wouldn't it be cool if we saw them like travel to every Earth and they're like fighting?
That'd be crazy. Like,
they jump back and forth and blah blah blah. Like, I would have liked something like that. I felt like we didn't really see much of Dark Flash.
It was just.
And to be honest, if you think about it, because we didn't really see much of Dark Flash, and which I also think fucking sucks, is that we didn't get much of Michael Shannon as General Zod. This movie really had no true villain.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I feel like this movie lacked a villain. I think that's also one of the things that I'm kind of like meh about the movie. Not to say a superhero movie needs to have a villain, I guess, but I guess when the trailer shows General Zod, I was expecting him to do some damage, but he's only in it for like 5 minutes of screen time.
You're right.
And then Dark Flash has even less than that. So, like, who was the true villain? Time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Hav. Now that you bring it up, dude.
Yeah. This movie don't have a villain if you think about it.
No, that's true. I definitely would have liked to see him more. And another thing as well is with Dark Flash that I was kind of like, oh, interesting, they're going to bring him in, is because that we know in the comics that Dark Flash is actually Walter West, which is a version of Wally West from a different timeline. And this version of Wally West is similar, just like the movie, trying to go back in time, trying to fix things, but it does not work. And what he's trying to do is save his girlfriend that was eventually killed by Cobra. And so, and what was his girlfriend name? Do we have that? I forgot her name.
Hold on.
But yeah, so that is who Dark Flash is. But here in the movie, it's more so, well, it's essentially Barry instead of, Wally West. And instead of, him saving his girlfriend or loved one, whatever, he's trying to save Michael Keaton's Batman and Supergirl. And in that moment, right, Barry is like, yo, this is it, man. Like, this world's going to perish. And that is why I said we might not see Sasha Calle come back as Supergirl, because technically, canonically, right? Canonically, right? I said canonly. She's dead. And so is Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? I was like, dang. I'm like, hey, it is what it is.
Well, not exactly. It doesn't have.
Why not?
It doesn't really mean that. I mean, there could be a loophole. Because he said that when Michael Keaton was explaining with the spaghetti, where he's like, look at this spaghetti, and he dumps it into the bowl. Obviously spaghetti is spaghetti. It's all curly and it's all like tangled in each other. He's like, when you mess with time and you mess with all these different things, like, it just creates like a mess. You know what I mean? Like, look at all these different strands of spaghetti, the way they all tie in with each other. Each strand of spaghetti is a timeline. You see how they're all like woven into each other? It's all like curled and shit into each other. So maybe what he's saying is like, because it doesn't make any sense. How would this version of Batman, the Michael Keaton timeline, right? Because this is to assume that Michael Keaton Batman is the one from the movies, right?
Okay.
Same one, Tim Burton Batman movies. How is it that this Batman like has all this fucking other shit going on? Like, how? Because if you think about it, like, this is technically still the Snyderverse. So how is Michael Keaton's Batman existing in Snyderverse? It's because, remember, when he's explaining with the spaghetti, he's like,
it's a different multiverse. It's a different universe.
Right, but he's saying that it's multiple universes converging in one. He was saying that it was multiple universes that were all kind of like overlapping with each other. That's why this alternate Snyderverse has Michael Keaton's Batman in it. And stuff like that. So there could be a chance that maybe he could still appear, but like out there or something like that, because he's not technically from this world. It's just Supergirl was, but not Michael Keaton, because he explained that like there's all these different strands of spaghetti is one timeline. It's one universe. But then when you mess with time, it all kind of intertwines with each other, and they all just kind of start overlapping.
Right.
So I feel like
that's true.
I think that might be the loophole. You know what I mean?
For him. But for Supergirl's raps.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, right. That's why I'm like, dang, it is what it is. So yeah, that was Dark Flash. Another thing. Oh, and I wanted to say, right, is obviously we explained that this movie took like a lot of inspiration of Flashpoint, right?
Yes.
But we see that it's like it took inspiration from Flashpoint and is a lot more different, because with Flashpoint we find out it was Professor Zoom.
Yes.
Reverse Flash, right, and all these different things. But here we don't even get that,
and that's kind of like something that just bothers me a little bit.
Do you know what I mean? We don't get that. Like, what? You know what I mean? What was it? Right? We don't get. We found out. Barry found out who did it.
Who killed his mom?
We don't get that.
That's the problem.
And that's what I want to ask you. Like, what the fuck? Like, what's the? I want to what the fuck?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Like, did you catch that too?
I went on.
Like, we didn't get that.
Yeah.
We never
this
found
whole time
out.
It was like, who killed Barry's mom?
Because in the comic books, it was Professor Zoom,
Reverse Flash.
Yeah, I know that.
Who was obsessed to replicate the powers of. Okay, you already know, right?
Yeah.
So I was expecting. Oh shit! Like, are we gonna? Not gonna lie, I was expecting to see Reverse Flash.
That would have been raw.
Right, Hav? I was expecting that.
I thought that was who the villain was going to be in this movie. I was waiting for it. But then, here's the thing.
Then when I saw Dark Flash in the beginning, I was like, We're getting Dark Flash and Reverse Flash?
Or is Dark Flash Reverse Flash?
Low key, I was thinking that low key, bro.
Is it like, it's okay, let me guess. It's going to be Professor Zoom, but he's Dark Flash. He doesn't call himself Reverse Flash. He doesn't have the yellow suit, but it's for. And I thought that was going to be too, but it's not.
We don't get nothing.
Exactly, but here's the thing. I don't know about you guys, but on social media a couple of days ago, I saw that the director actually revealed the killer, even though it wasn't in the movie.
What?
Yeah, he put out in an interview. He said, and I have the quote right here. So this is from. I'm just pulling up the article. Flashpoint, but revisited many years. Blah, blah, blah. During an interview with the Playlist, the Flash director discussed the villains he would like to explore in a potential sequel, and in doing so, revealed who murdered Nora Allen. Although the killer was never shown on screen, Muschietti has now described Reverse Flash as the murderer of Barry's mom, even suggesting he would likely be the logical villain for The Flash 2. If they make one, right? So his quote is, quote, well, Reverse Flash is the elephant in the room, right? It feels like you can't make another movie without addressing the one that, in all accounts, is the murderer of Barry's mom. So it feels like the big villain, end quote.
Then why the fuck was he not here?
That's what I'm saying. I agree with you.
At least, okay, if you wanted to kill two birds with one stone, have Dark Flash be the Reverse Flash or some shit. Or have him be the one that did that or something. Like, make up some other bullshit. Fuck it. But to leave us with blue balls and not
see
it, and like, we're like, just like with you, who's the villain here? And it went from Barry, his goal, saving his mother, and it could have been cool him finding out who did it and stuff. But no, it got to the point where, like, okay, I saved my mother. Now I'm kind of fucking this up. Now I want to save this earth, and now I'm accepting it. But it's weird because listen, Hafi, listen. It's weird because he goes back in time to save his mom.
Yes.
But he doesn't go back to find out who did it.
Yeah.
That is the issue.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. You're starting to see why I think
they're just making it seem here that, like, Barry doesn't care. I'm not saying that.
You know what, dude? This might honestly think, like, because I was thinking about this in theater. Now, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But now, actually discussing and having this convo right now, I think this is gonna affect my score.
Ooh, interesting.
I'm gonna go back. Yeah, it is.
Well, here's the thing.
I think it is.
Well, okay. Well, here's the thing. Right? This is the way that it goes down in Flashpoint. And when I heard that they were going to adapt the Flashpoint storyline for the Flash movie, this is what I was expecting to see, right? So we already said, okay, Barry's mom dies. We don't know who killed her. His dad is the one framed for it, serves years in prison. Barry realizes, holy shit, I can run so fast, I can time travel, I can go back and save my mom. So he goes back and saves his mom. I think what he does is he takes her out of the house or something. He did something to prevent it. Then he runs back to the present and he sees that the present is now changed because he changed the past. This is where, like I said, we would have seen Negan as Batman and blah 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 and all this other bullshit, right? And then that's how he comes across Reverse Flash, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" It's like, I'm Professor Zoom, and he gives his whole backstory. I'm from the future. I idolized you. Blah blah blah. This is all because I saw the TV show Flash.
No, it's accurate. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so this is all shit, right? And so have him be the main villain where he fights and all this bullshit, and he's like, "What the fuck? Like, I don't have my powers now." Because another thing that happens in the Flashpoint thing is when he goes back to the present, he doesn't have his powers. Because he changed the present, like, it's one of those butterfly effect things where if he changed the past, he changes the present. So now he's not the Flash in this universe. So he doesn't have his powers. So he has to find a way to get his powers back, and he fights Zoom and blah, blah, blah. And here's what I wanted to see from this movie. This is what I was like, one of those things where I was like, man, I would have liked to have seen this. Is that he realizes, holy shit, I'm in an alternate present that exists where I don't have powers, and Batman is Thomas Wayne, and the world is completely in shit. Like, we're about to have a nuclear war and all this bullshit because I saved my mom. And then he gets that, like, you know, it's like It would have been cool if he had a showdown with Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
And we would have had one of those Saw moments. You know, like when in the Saw movies when it plays that music, the all that shit, and where he's like, "It was me, Barry.
This whole time.
I killed your mother, you stupid bitch." Right? All that shit. And so when he realizes that, like, oh my god, like he killed my mom, and me saving her is what fucked the world up. That instead of like, okay, so like they have a huge battle, right? Because they're both speedsters, right? They'll run, throw each other into debris, and they fight, right? But like rather than what's it called? Rather than the fight ending in a winner, like, oh, the Flash beat Zoom, right? You know, good prevails. Like instead of having a scene like that, what about a scene where he's like, he doesn't defeat him, he doesn't kill him, he just goes, fuck. He had to accept the hard truth and be like, Zoom, I need you to go back. Go back and do what? I want to hear you say it. This happens in the show. He's like, go back. I want to hear you say it. He's like, I need you to go kill my mom.
Damn, that would be cold.
And so he's like, bet
cold.
money.
He said bet money.
And then he runs back.
Bet money, G.
And then he runs back and he does it. But then Barry's like, fuck. I go and I stop him. So now he has to run back in time and save past Barry from saving his mom. So now there's two Barrys, the one that was supposed to save his mom, and then the one that's like, fuck, I need to stop myself from saving my mom.
Yeah.
And so it would have been this whole scene where it's like present Barry, past Barry, and Zoom all running to the same spot. All running towards Nora Allen. And it's like, no, stop, you can't save her. And he's like, what the fuck are you? What the fuck? Another Barry, what the hell? It's like, you can't save her. Trust me on this. It's like, no, she's our mom. What are you doing? And then he sees Reverse Flash like, who is that? What the? Is he going to kill our mom? Oh, shit. And he's like, no, trust me. It's going to fuck everything up. I would have liked to have seen all that in this fucking movie, dude. Because that's how it goes down in the comics.
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Yes, you know what? You know what? Hey, before that, yes. This is going to change. I'm changing my rating.
Ooh.
You're at a 7 now?
It's a 7.
Damn, that's crazy.
No, because it's true. Who was we didn't get to see a villain in this bitch. We didn't get to see Reverse Flash. Like, why is it that you went back? Okay, you went back in time to save your mom, but you didn't want to find out who did it. In the comics, he finds out who did it.
Yeah,
and then he goes back in time and he does that. You know, it's kind of like, what the fuck is? That's crazy, man.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
And that's kind of what I was hoping to see from this movie was like, oh man, we're gonna get that scene where
man.
he has to accept.
Crazy.
He has to like accept, like, fuck. All right, you know what, Zoom? I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not gonna stop you. I'll admit I'm in the wrong and I fucked shit up. Right. I need you to go back in time and do what? I want to hear you say it. That happens in the show. That happens in the comics. Like, I want to hear you say it. He's like, I need you to go kill my mom.
Yeah, man.
And he's like, and he gets a kick out of that. He's like, that's all I needed to hear.
Bet money.
It's reps. It just zooms, right? And then have Barry fight a younger version of him, because he's like, fuck, there's a version of him.
Yeah, how you just said, okay, let's get to Mario. He has 2 questions. Go ahead, Mario.
I don't know if you've seen the other one. Well, I know you didn't see this one.
Okay, what?
One. I know how you see one of them. Because obviously you're talking about the Flash TV show, Grant Gustin one, that Flashpoint, right?
That happens, and then it also happens in the cartoon, in the animated movie.
Because in I actually prefer the animated movie over the Grant Gustin Flashpoint. Because the Flashpoint in the show, in the live action show, and the Flashpoint in the animated one.
Okay.
I was gonna ask you, which one did you prefer? Because they're both the same shit, but they both handle it a little bit differently.
Well, remind me, how does it go down again?
Well, in the Flashpoint animated one,
okay.
When Barry goes back, what's it called? The Atlanteans?
Yes.
So Aquaman,
yeah.
Aquaman,
and Wonder Woman.
And Amazonian, they're fighting each other.
Yeah, they're at war.
They're at war with each other, right? And then obviously Thomas, what's his name? Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne, right? That's dad.
Thomas Wayne.
Obviously, he's still the same. That's
he's Batman.
Yeah, he's Batman. That's the same. Relatively all plays out. I don't remember it too much because I just know that's like one difference. But I just wanted to ask you, like, which one, as best you remember, because I don't remember it that well either. But I just want to ask you, based off what you remember, which one do you think you would enjoy more?
I mean, I don't know. They both, because I don't have good memory of either of them. Also, they both kind of play out the same to me. Mm-hmm. It both ends kind of, the animated movie and the show, it kind of goes the same way, where he realizes he fucked up. He has to let Zoom kill his mom. And then he realizes, fuck, but even if he tries to kill her, I went back in time and saved my mom. So now I got to go and save myself. And it's one of those things where it's tough on Barry because not only is he letting the killer of his mother win, but now he has to stop himself from saving. And it's like becomes a paradox and shit like that. Nope. So, I mean, to me, just kind of, for me, from what I remember, they both kind of played out the same. I don't know. That's just me.
I'm gonna say this, but it can change if it's not true. In the animated one, when things are all fine, Barry saves the day or whatever, like everything's back to normal, quote unquote. Doesn't he give Bruce, Batman, a letter from his dad?
Yes.
In the animated one?
Yes.
So that is true?
So when the Flash goes into that
scene, by the
when
way.
the Flash goes into the alternate present, obviously Thomas Wayne is Batman. And he has a conversation with him where he's like, "No, you don't understand. I'm from a world where you died in that alleyway and your son lived and he became Batman." And of course Thomas Wayne's like, "What are you talking about?" But you know, typical like he's
you want drugs.
He doesn't want to believe him, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Eventually he gets him on board, obviously. He believes it, blah blah blah. And he's like, "Hey, if this does work and you go back to wherever you're from, do me a favor. Give this letter to my son if he's really alive." So when he goes back and undoes everything and he goes back to the present, there's a scene that he has with Batman, with Bruce Wayne Batman. And he's like, and then Batman's like, "So you mean to tell me like you went back in time and saw you had a life with your parents and blah, 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 and this and that?" No, it's because Flash is like, it's weird because that timeline doesn't exist anymore. I undid that timeline, but I still have the memories of all the birthdays that I had with my mom. My dad never went to jail. I have all those memories. So shouldn't I be going crazy mentally? Isn't it a paradox? Shouldn't I be going insane? Batman's like, or maybe it was a gift. And Flash is like, yeah, you're right. A gift. Hands him the letter. And then Batman being the detective, right? Because he's like,
this scene is so cool, bro.
He's like, this is my father's handwriting. And Flash is like, yeah. He opens it up and he opens the letter and he reads, and Batman tears up.
Hey man, when he cries, I'm crying.
Yeah, bro.
That's what makes you cry, man.
Hey, you know it's serious when Batman be crying, man.
Yeah, bro. That scene alone, bro. I think that's why I prefer.
He reads the letter from his dad and he starts tearing up and he looks at the Flash and he's like, "You're one hell of a messenger. Thank you for this." Yeah. And Flash is like, and he just runs off, and that's how the movie ends. That's what he's talking about. That scene right there. Yeah. So you're saying you prefer? You're saying you're preferring the animated scene because of that Batman scene?
No, I also like the whole war going on between the Atlanteans and the Amazonians. That shit's pretty raw.
No, I get you. Yeah.
I think that was cool, and seeing how he has to team up with I think doesn't he team up with like the weirdest people, Barry? In that movie, I could have sworn. Not talking about it more. He teams up with like the fucking Harley Quinn, like bad people. They're usually villain. I could be completely wrong. Like I said, I saw this movie a long ass time ago, but I remember
that.
Out of it.
But like they both go the same way, bro.
Yeah, right. It's the same premise, just their own takes on
where
it. Where
he lets Zoom kill his mom, he had to go stop a younger version of himself, like all that, and that's what I've liked to have seen in this movie. You know what I mean? That's kind of like what I've liked to have seen.
It's facts.
And another thing is that the director's like, "Oh, well, it's only illogical that we have Professor Zoom be the villain in Flash 2." And it's like, motherfucker, how do we know if there's going to be a Flash 2?
Yeah, how do we know that shit?
You know what I mean? Like, who knows if it's going to be Ezra Miller, even though everyone's like, no, he's getting help, blah, blah, blah. What if they're just saying that for this movie to come out and then they drop him?
It depends. If this movie makes money, they're making another one. Plain and simple.
I don't know. We'll see. But like,
yeah.
Unless James Gunn's like, never mind, no, we're good.
I don't know, man.
I see it happening.
I don't know.
Oh, but the other question I was gonna say, because you did that little pose shit, you're like, then he does this. Did y'all like that pose?
Oh, the pose?
I thought it was alright.
To me, it was whatever.
I don't know. That shit was like, why do they always got to do shit like this? Like, just motherfucker, just run.
Hey, that scene where like he tried doing that and he was running inside that the lab or whatever. That shit was funny. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know
that shit was funny. Yeah. Or let's talk the scene where the young Barry makes his makeshift suit using Mike Keaton's Batman.
Yeah, he takes an old Batman suit.
Yeah, and he puts on the mask and he looks over at older Barry.
He tries to turn his neck, and the suit just gets all fucked.
Like, the suit's very loose. I forgot what he said exactly. That shit was funny.
That was so funny. I'm telling you, there's a lot of funny moments that I actually loved in this movie, though. I think that's why, like, I just really enjoyed it, man. It was definitely fun. So I guess let's talk about another big thing, right? Barry understands that he cannot save his mother, right? And so he ends up going back and, he sees himself, the Barry that went back in time to put that the tomatoes in her cart.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously once he leaves, he goes up to her and, has a convo with her, and really heartfelt, just convo, a random lady, whatever. He then, obviously moving really fast, takes the can out of the shopping cart, and I really like that whole scene as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's get to the reason why, even though he did this, why didn't it go back to normal, right? And the reason why is because obviously his father's obviously in jail, waiting court, and in his current timeline, there's a video camera of his father inside the grocery store of when his alibi, right? But his face is not shown. He's always facing down, right? And so at that scene where Barry is, back sees his mother and is saving her, right? Taking the tomato out of her shopping cart or whatever. He looks at the camera and he realizes, oh shit, if I can't do this, if I can't save my mom, I can save my dad. And so that's what happens. And now he's back to his present time, so he thinks. And now we see that same camera footage in court. And now we see his father looking up. And obviously it was because of Barry. He probably did something to make him look up or whatever. And that is what saved him. And now everyone's happy, right? We're like, oh, wow, like this is crazy. He's talking with Bruce. He's like, yo, this is lit. Cool. And we find out it's not the right Bruce. Because of him, not saving his mom, but him changing his fate for his dad, that it still fucked up the timeline. It's still not gonna go back to normal. And so the Bruce that we get, who is it, Hav? I'd like you to take this away.
The Bruce Wayne that shows up to congratulate him and his dad now being set free from prison is George Clooney from Batman and Robin.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. So turns out George Clooney is in this movie, despite him doing interviews and denying that he was going to be in this movie. He was basically doing what Andrew Garfield was doing, being like, "No, I'm not in this movie. They didn't call me." Blah, blah, blah. No, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone really saw it coming, because they were kind of like, because they already knew Michael Keaton would be in this movie. It's like, well, what's the point of bringing back Val Kilmer or George Clooney or either of them? But so when he does show up, it's like, what the fuck? Like, he shows up, right? And that shit was crazy.
And let's talk about what you said, and I definitely agree, what we're worried about.
Oh, no.
Come on, Hav.
I'm scared as fuck.
Take it away, Hav. Let's talk about this.
Okay. So basically, Mario, I don't know if Mario heard us when we were talking about
Probably
this.
not.
But we saw that George Clooney comes out, and now this is the DC Universe's like Bruce Wayne. It's not Ben Affleck. It's not Michael Keaton. George Clooney comes, and he's like, what the fuck? Who are you? You're not Bruce Wayne. He's like, what are you talking about? I am Bruce, right? As a reference to Batman and Robin. So James Gunn has said on the record that this Flash movie was going to be the reset for the DC Universe going forward. Right, that this was going to be the reset of what was going to be the new DC universe, the James Gunn's DC universe, right? And he said that this was going to be the movie that basically resets it. And so something that I thought of, that I mentioned to Hector, that kind of worries us, is that a couple of months ago, back I want to say early February, when we made the video talking about James Gunn's DC slate, we mentioned that he was going to make a Batman movie called The Brave and the Bold that focused on Batman and his son, Damian Wayne. And one of the topics that we talked about when Danny was here is this going to be an older Batman, or is this going to be a newer, younger Batman who just happened to have Damian Wayne as his first Batman instead of Dick Grayson or Jason Todd and all them? And so the thing that got us worried was like, oh shit, if this is now the new DC universe because Flash went back and he reset the universe and everything, could it be that George Clooney's Batman, George Clooney's Bruce Wayne, is going to be the Batman we see in The Brave and the Bold? Because it makes sense, because we were like, but Batman, like, Damian Wayne doesn't come in until much later, and
until Batman's older.
Until Batman's older, but also Batman had Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, and Tim Drake. He had 3 Robins before Damian came along, and so one of the things that we speculated was, okay, so is the Bat family already established?
Yep.
Do they already exist out there? Are we not going to see their origin? Are we going to get introduced to them?
Or is Damian Wayne starting
as the first
family?
one?
Yep.
And we're like, but here's the thing, bro. Like, if the Bat family's already pre-established, then Bruce Wayne has to be older. Yep. And then seeing 60-year-old fucking George Clooney come out of the car was what made me realize, oh shit, is this gonna be the DCU Batman?
Oh man.
So that's kind of what our theory is. And I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that either,
I don't know if I like that. Not because George Clooney's a bad actor. I think he's a good actor. I've seen him in movies. He's great. Batman and Robin, I can let that slide because he's a good actor. He's actually in good stuff.
I can let that slide.
Yeah. No, for real. On some real shit. He's a good actor. But my problem,
I've seen him in shit too.
My only issue as for like George Clooney being the DCU Batman, it's not because but he's like Batman from Batman and Robin. Yeah, okay.
Right.
That movie's garbage. No one likes it. It's so bad it's funny. It's not a good movie. It's not that I don't like George. It's not that I don't want George Clooney to be the DCU Batman because he's attached to the only bad Batman movie ever made. It's because I was kind of hoping we would get a younger Batman that would introduce the Bat family from the start.
Yep.
And I feel like one of the biggest gripes that me, Hector, Danny, and I think Mario, I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong. One of our biggest gripes with the Snyderverse, with the DCEU version of the DC universe, was how the universe was already pre-established.
Right.
Ben Affleck's Batman had been Batman for a very long time. When we meet him in Batman v Superman, he is retired. But we knew there was a history. We knew that he interacted with Joker. We knew that he had a Robin who Joker killed, who could have been, there's a theory out there, who could have been Dick Grayson, not Jason Todd. And there was a whole history. So one of my biggest gripes was like, Ben Affleck was fine as Batman, but I would have liked to have seen a Batman who maybe was just starting out, it was maybe younger, and we would see the Bat family get established as the years went on. Kind of like how the MCU established their characters.
Right. Exactly.
So I was hoping, hey man, with this new DC reboot thing that James Gunn is doing, we might be able to see the Batman that like is younger, maybe early 30s, starting out, and he builds his Bat family slowly, one by one, over the next 10 years when this DC slate's supposed to play out and blah blah blah, right? So now seeing George Clooney and him being an older Batman, and he'll most likely, because he's an older Batman, there has to be. There's no question in my mind that if this is going to be an older Batman, Dick Grayson has to be out there. Jason Todd has to be out there. Tim Drake has to be out there.
Right.
And Damian Wayne is only minutes away from appearing on screen type shit.
Yeah.
So my biggest thing is like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do this song again? Do I want to go for the same ride? Do I want to see a movie on-screen Batman that's already pre-established?
Yeah. I know, man.
What do you think?
I don't want, like, okay. I understand that some things will be established with James Gunn.
Okay.
Right? Just like how James Gunn said, hey, with Superman, this is not going to be an origin story. You know? And it makes sense because we already got so many of those, right? Sure. Same with Batman and everything. So I understand some things will be established, but I don't want it to be super established to the point where fucking Batman's fucking 50, 60, gray hair.
Yeah.
And everybody else, like there's already Jason Todd, Tim Drake,
Wayne,
like
Dick Grayson is already Nightwing. We didn't even get to see his Robin arc.
Like I don't want to be.
Jason Todd is already Red Hood. We didn't even get to see his Robin arc with Joker killing him type shit.
Exactly, bro.
Yes, that's what I mean.
So like some things will be established, whether it's with Superman, like Wonder Woman. Obviously Wonder Woman, no, because it's gonna. Actually, we don't know yet, right? All these different things, right? But I think with Batman, especially the route that he wants to go, he wants to start with the brave and the bold, Batman and Damian Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
I think with that, I just don't want it to be super established like how we're talking about it.
Exactly.
Like, I hope Damian Wayne is the beginning.
Right.
Okay, fine. Switch things up. Cool.
And another thing is, too, is like, how is that going to work? Having a young Superman, but an older Batman.
Exactly.
At the same time.
Because I always thought they were around the same age.
Like, right. Well, they certainly looked around the same age.
That's what I mean. Like,
you know what I mean?
Same with Wonder Woman. Same with pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
They all feel like around the same type of age.
Give or take maybe 5 years off.
Yeah, it'd be weird seeing Batman with gray hair, 60 years old, and Superman is barely
he's like
his gig at the Daily Planet.
Right, mid-20s type shit.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Like I don't want that to be a thing.
So that's another thing where I'm kind of like, does it make sense? Now, I've been thinking about it. And I think the only way they can fix this,
right?
And I don't know, maybe this might be the route they'll take, I'm hoping, is if James Gunn is like, all right, y'all, I'm about to do something crazy.
Okay.
Just hear me out. DC, the Flash movie is Elseworlds.
Damn.
Like, what if he did that?
How would that work?
What do you mean?
Because this movie is essentially James Gunn's gateway to, or his only chance to really fix it. Because like, since we already know from this, based on this movie, The Flash, we already know we're not on the same timeline. So this gives James Gunn an excuse, or rather a fresh slate to start new. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So if he delivers this as Elseworlds, then what the fuck? Does that mean Superman? Does that mean Blue Beetle and Superman Legacy is just a completely different thing? Is that the real DCU? Or is the Flash part of that? And the Flash is just the bridge to create the DCU.
I think the way that I see it,
does that make sense?
I think the way that I was seeing it was like the Flash resetting the universe.
Yeah.
Is more so resetting a multiverse. And then Superman Legacy, Lanterns, right, Brave and the Bold,
is its own thing.
Would be a different timeline that's not connected to the Snyderverse at all whatsoever.
So, like a super hard reboot.
Right.
That's what I want, low key.
Obviously, Shazam's going to be in it because
that means we'd get a new Flash, we'd get a new everything.
That's what I'm saying.
And what sucks is that all these years of building up these movies and these characters was for nothing. And it sucks because like it would have been so cool like the MCU where we built the connection, and many people have. Many people restored the Snyderverse. Many people have built a connection with these people and these characters. And I think James Gunn knows that. And I think that's why he does not want to reboot the entire thing. So he's like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to just use the Flash as my golden ticket out of here. While still pleasing everyone that grew up with these characters and have them still be canon.
Yeah.
But due to the events of the Flash is what makes the new DCU the new DCU.
Yeah.
But everything else is canon.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, I know what you mean. It's just I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna do Brave and the Bold. Like,
I know, man.
Is it gonna be George Clooney?
I'm getting worried.
But here's the thing, too, is that we recently heard that the director of The Flash is now directing Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
And it was obviously the director's idea to include George Clooney in this new timeline. So is he gonna go through it? Makes more sense when you think about it. See what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And that's where I'm worried, because, like, no offense to George Clooney, he's a great actor, but I didn't want to see an older Batman. I got that with Ben Affleck. He was pre-established. He'd been Batman for like 10, 15 years already. He was retired when we met him. He had a Robin. He had fights with Joker. He was, all that. I was hoping to see, and here's the thing. There's another thing, too. People are going to make the argument, like, why are y'all bitching? Why are y'all, complaining? You guys have y'all fucking year 1, year 2 Batman. His name's Robert Pattinson. And yes, you're absolutely right. Yes, we do. But that Batman will never cross over with Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman. Exactly. He's never going to be in a Justice League. I want to see a Batman that's going to interact with the bigger DCU. Robert Pattinson's Batman, he's going to stay his own thing. He's separated. He's Elseworlds. Don't get me wrong. That's great. And I have people at work. I have friends who are like, bro, like, why would they do another Batman? Just merge Robert Pattinson in, bro. Like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, y'all are stupid as fuck.
Nah.
Dude, look at the DC universe. Look at Robert Pattinson's Batman. The tones are so different. They're so different. That's like That's like taking a black and white noir film, like a detective film, like from the 1960s, and merging it with Grown Ups with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
The tones are so different. You can't merge them.
And it's just Matt Reeves' universe, like from what we got, obviously, it's more grounded.
It's way more grounded.
Way more grounded.
And
like,
James Gunn already said, like, not only is it going to be Elseworlds, but he's going to give Matt Reeves all the creative control to build that universe the way he wants.
That's sick, man.
That's why Matt Reeves is working on the Arkham show. He's working on the Penguin show. He's working on Batman Part 2. He's working on all of it. He does what James Gunn does. James Gunn's like, I'm not going to let someone work on Peacemaker Season 2. Like, that's my show. I created it from the ground up. I'm going to work on that shit. No one else.
Shout out to James Gunn for that.
Exactly. Man. So it's like, yeah, I get it, right? Y'all already have y'all year 1, year 2 Batman. His name's Robert Pattinson. Yeah, but he's never going to cross over with the bigger DC universe, and that's who I want.
We want to see the Justice League and every individual character done right.
Yes.
You know, done... I guess what they should have done, like with the MCU. That's what we want, man.
Yeah.
You know, not so, and I get it. You know, James Gunn has been put in a tough place.
Absolutely. Right.
So that's why I'm thinking, like, okay, I gotta trust him, man. Hopefully it's not.
Yeah.
The way. Hopefully we don't gotta worry, right?
Yeah.
But we won't never know. So we just gotta see. Hopefully, I'm hoping that Damian Wayne is the beginning of the Bat family,
and that he's not like the third or fourth Robin.
So hopefully that's the case.
Because we just skipped over the origins for Nightwing and Red Hood and all them.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I'm really hoping, bro, that this Brave and the Bold movie, I just hope we get a young Batman who's just starting out. Maybe he's been Batman for 5 years or something, something like that. Because here's the thing. If Blue Beetle is in the new DC universe, it's confirmed, right?
Yep.
And I don't know if you remember, but there's a trailer that we got of Blue Beetle where George Lopez, right? He's in the movie. He literally name drops Batman.
Yep.
So Batman's established.
Yep.
He exists. So it's not like we're gonna get an origin story of Batman, which is fine. Have him be established. Have him be like 5 years established at most. But where like he doesn't have a sidekick, he doesn't have a Robin.
I don't want him. I don't want to come into this new universe and he's retired again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, what?
Yeah,
no, bro.
That's what I mean.
I want to see, like, in real life time, 10 years or 15 years, then you retire. Kind of like with Iron Man. What happened with Iron Man? Where he had a nice long run and he was out.
Exactly.
You know, and we saw him from the beginning and we saw him for the end for like, what, a decade.
Yeah, 10 years, 11 years.
So I'd like
and
to
I
see
would have
that.
liked, and I want to see that not just for Batman, but I want to see it for all the characters.
Exactly. Yes.
I want to see it for Wonder Woman.
Absolutely.
I want to see it for whatever Superman we get in Superman Legacy.
Absolutely, bro.
I want to see it with the Lanterns. I want to see it with all these characters, not just Batman, right? And I was hoping that's what we're getting, but now after seeing George Clooney, and he's an older Batman, and our theories were starting to the pieces of the puzzle are starting to make sense.
Oh
the director of The Flash is now directing Brave and the Bold, and it makes more sense for him to get George Clooney to hop on board because he was in this movie.
If our fears come true, fuck that. I'm going to the Speed Force. I'm gonna change it myself.
And then Dark Hav
shows
comes
up
and stops him.
It's like, Hav, what are you doing? I've been trying to change this, man.
It's reps. No, instead of a fight, right? Instead of like how Dark Flash and the Flash fight, instead it's just us like just sad as hell. Like, bro, I've tried, man. Look at me. Look at all these spikes on me, bro. I've tried.
I tried. It's like, Hav. It's like, I was gonna be like, Hav, like. I was like, why do you got a straw like sticking out? It's for my Mountain Dew. You know what I mean? After all this running, I get thirsty.
I need to get in.
You already know, no ice.
Best believe, I was about to say, best believe there's no ice in that.
Best believe no ice, bitch. But yeah, man. So we got to see. So now I guess let's get to the.
Let me ask you a question. Sorry, one more thing before we move on. I want to ask you a question. So, do you remember when we talked about the DC slate? Hector said, "Superman Legacy is a movie you cannot flop.
Absolutely,
it cannot flop because that will completely ruin the DC universe." But now with all this shit about Batman and the Brave and the Bold, do you think that movie could now flop the DC universe?
That's a great question. Absolutely great question.
Because things are looking kind of good. Things are looking kind of good for Superman Legacy. But now here's all this new information that we got for Brave and the Bold, and now we're like, oh, what's gonna happen? Do you think this movie might flop the DC universe?
Based on that, I think if they went that route, I think it would flop. Yeah, right?
Low key, bro.
I think it would flop, and the thing is, it cannot. Right? Same
what
thing
I'm
with
saying.
Superman. I think that the main characters in the DC universe, overall, those movies cannot flop.
So you're saying Batman, Superman,
Wonder Woman.
Okay.
I would say Aquaman. No, I mean Aquaman. Aquaman's good. I actually did like the Aquaman.
Yeah, I was gonna throw in Lanterns.
Yes, Lanterns.
Okay.
Who else? Cyborg.
Yeah, well, he didn't really announce a Cyborg project.
Yeah,
that's the thing. He didn't really announce one yet.
Yeah, you're right.
Yet.
You're right. Because this is only a portion of the chapter. Remember
he
that?
said he was only a portion. Yeah. So maybe we will. Superwoman, maybe.
Oh yes, right. Superwoman.
Okay.
Superwoman. Yeah, just the main ones, man. They got to hit, dude.
Yeah.
And especially the Trinity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Like those cannot like
Batman, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman is the equivalent to Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor in all 4 Avengers movies.
Yes.
How they were like the Trinity type shit.
Right. And me personally, I think Superman and Batman, I think those two especially cannot like fuck up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a great question, Hav.
So you think that if they did go with that direction with Batman,
I think it would flop, man. I think it would.
And you know what?
But here's the thing: what if they do it? What if they do it and we're wrong? What if for some reason it's actually good? Or like, oh shit! Like,
then you know what? We'll stand corrected. But still, it's like,
I don't want that. But okay, let's move on. Let's get to the end credit. All right, let's get to the end credit scene. Mario, can you take this away? Do you remember the end credit scene? Let's get to the end credit. The one end credit scene that we got.
Yeah, there was one post credit scene. So basically, it's them. They're back on Barry's Earth, and Barry is seen leaving a bar, but he's not alone. He's accompanied by a very handsome individual, aka Aquaman.
I thought you were talking about me for a second. I was like, oh. I was like, I'm in the movie.
But no, it's
I didn't get a cut. The check's still pending.
Hell no. But no, it's Barry and Aquaman. They're both leaving the bar. Aquaman's very, very hammered.
Yeah.
To the point where he falls in like a little puddle thing.
Yeah, Barry's trying to explain to him what the fuck happened.
What the fuck happened? Everything. Aquaman, in his state, I don't know if he's believing him or not. I think he is, even though he's a little bit drunk, obviously. Right. But when Aquaman falls in that little puddle on the fucking floor, he gives Barry a ring.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that ring signifies anything. I don't know the lore behind that ring or not.
No, I don't know.
Do you know anything, bro? I don't know,
bro.
I was about to say, like, to me, this end credit scene was like, okay.
Yeah, it's like
it's just like you're telling Aquaman what's going on.
No, I think it's just to confirm like Aquaman is here
to stay. That's
low
what
key,
I thought.
Right?
Too.
That's what it felt like.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's what it felt like.
I thought since like you guys are like the lore experts, I was like, oh, that ring probably like oh my God.
It's the ring where he I don't know.
It's the ring of power.
It's the ring of
Aquaman is actually Green Lantern
for real, right?
But
I think it's just to confirm, Aquaman's
I think
here,
to confirm like, hey, he's Aquaman, But no, that's it. He really just
and that's how it ends, man.
Ends.
Crazy, dude.
To me, it just felt like a post-credit scene from the MCU, like how they have like one that kind of sets up something, and then another one that was just a joke.
Yes,
that's kind of what this one felt like.
Yes,
I feel like every MCU movie has like 2 of those: the one that's a joke and the one that sets up.
Except for which one?
Which one?
Eternals and Shang-Chi. Both post-credit scenes set up shit and were actually relevant. Remember Eternals set up Blade?
Oh,
and Harry Styles came in as an Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one set up shit.
I'm not looking forward to
Shang-Chi
that.
showed that like his sister or whatever, the cousin, like that one female character, I forgot her name, because it was gonna become a villain. And then the other one where they meet up with Wong, like except for those, but every other MCU movie, bro,
that's true, bro.
have all had the fucking post-credit scene that just meant shit. And that's what this post-credit scene felt like to me. Mm-hmm. And it was just kind of like, bro, like
all right, cool.
I was hoping to see a post-credit scene that like confirmed that it would be a new DC universe,
or maybe it does confirm something, and what it confirms is that not everything changed.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like, oh shit, we're in a new universe, but hey, some things
remain
are here.
the same.
Which this is where it ties in to where James Gunn can pick and choose. what stays, what is not. Ooh. There we go.
No, yeah, for sure.
So, all right.
But we still can't deny that George Clooney showed his face.
Yeah.
That's
no,
true.
yeah. That motherfucker got
motherfucker
has to get assassinated or something.
Ain't no way, bro.
Like, he got to get assassinated.
And then people are gonna be like, you know
what? He didn't confirm he was Batman either.
Dude, I was literally about to bring that up because
he didn't confirm he was Batman either, bro.
Yeah, because he said like,
but
you're Batman, and he said what? Barry,
he's
Batman.
like, what? Okay, two things. He could be saying that because, like, dude, we're in public.
Yeah,
that's one.
That's how I took it.
The second one, that's how I took it too. But now that I'm thinking about it, he's like, probably like, yo, what are you talking about?
No, because
no, you're right.
Because he got a phone call and the caller ID said Bruce Wayne. Oh my God!
Hector had a
moment. He has the look.
He had the oh shit moment.
No, this is This may be reaching.
Okay.
This may be reaching.
Okay.
What if it's Bruce Wayne, but he's not Batman?
I had that idea, but I was like, there's no way. There's only Bruce Wayne's Batman.
What if we're in a timeline universe?
Okay.
Where his father's alive,
and that's Thomas Wayne,
and he's Batman.
But the caller
and his mother is dead, or his wife is dead, and then this is where we get the whole reverse Flash shit.
I mean, but the caller ID said
Bruce. I'm reaching right now, man. Yeah. I'm reaching. What are you saying?
When he got the phone call from Bruce Wayne. It said Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So it's confirming George Clooney is Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Yes, but like I'm just saying, like, what if he's Bruce Wayne, but he's not Batman?
Then who would be Batman? No, so then why would Damian Wayne be the Robin?
Oh, I'm not really tying this to the Brave and the Bold. I'm just like coming up with something right now to like explain how like there could be another reset or like in Flash 2 or something. I don't fucking know. No, I'm just reaching, bro. I'm just fucking like I'm just reaching, man. I don't know, man. I don't want our theory to be right.
No, I know.
Basically,
I don't either.
No.
I don't want to see an older Batman again, bro.
So essentially, guys, that is gonna be our a review. You get the non-spoiler and our spoiler. I think now it's time to, and also my rating changed. It went to a 7.
So now we're down to 2 7s.
1 8.
Are you still at an 8?
I'm still at an 8.
That's great.
Right, that's fine. So now we're gonna get okay. So yeah, I think it's time for the questions, the fun part. I mean, well, this was fun.
That was fun.
This was fun, but now it's gonna get the juicy parts.
Oh,
right. Well, we're gonna answer.
That sounded like a Mario comment.
Hey man, he sometimes. I'm not gonna say.
I know. He's gonna say sometimes that motherfucker rub off on me.
That's funny.
And I'm not talking.
That's
literally.
not what I was gonna say.
He's talking physically.
That's not what I was gonna say. But
yeah, okay.
But okay, guys. So yeah, that's gonna be our non-spoiler and our spoiler review. If you guys have made it this far, we appreciate it. If you guys want to click off, that's fine. If you guys want to stay for the questions and comments and everything, feel free to stay. We really appreciate it. So yeah, let's get in. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, man. So okay, I got the first comment is gonna be from Josue. Remember Josue?
Josu.
Josu. Hey man, because he had good questions too.
Okay. What's up?
So first he just says, "Hey, I've been inactive for a cool minute and I have lots to say. First of all, congrats on 200 followers, and then thank y'all for making my question a segment clip, like the Secret Invasion part from the Spider-Man review, which was mad good. Remember?" Because he asked that question. That's when we had the whole conversation.
Yes.
Also, what are your guys' thoughts on the Flash? And maybe I'm biased or whatever, but like the fact that they reveal too much in the trailers is too much. Like we're getting Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton, other versions of the Flash, and Supergirl or whoever that girl is. And I understand they do it to hype up the audience and fans, but like why? But why though? Like Spider-Man: No Way Home, they kept it discreet as fuck. Like I don't know if I'm slow or stupid, but like it never passed my radar to even think that Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield was gonna pop up in the movie.
Hey, props to you, man. You didn't see them leaks.
Oh yeah, right.
Fuck, bro.
And when they did, I was, hey yo, this is lit as fuck.
I envy this man. I didn't get that. I knew they were in the fucking movie, bro. Fuck.
But am I making sense, or what do y'all think? Also, in one of the pods, Hav mentioned when they dropped the Avengers Endgame trailer and they only showed the first 20 minutes of the movie, and that's what we need, like for movies to be as discreet as possible. So when we go and watch, we'll be more intrigued and more fascinated because at this point, bro, it's too predictable. And also, this is one of the So he asked. This is another part of his question. So let's answer essentially the first part, right? Obviously, if you got this far, bro, you got our thoughts on the Flash. So then his next thing is basically how movie trailers show too much, and this is a topic that
I feel like we've talked.
Yeah,
about it
dude,
before.
we've talked about this so many times that movies.
We kind of agree.
Yeah, movies do show a bunch, and
sometimes, yeah,
and especially this one. It did show a lot.
Yeah, dude, and
I think the only thing that the Flash trailers didn't show was Dark Flash.
yeah.
Everything else,
like,
though,
he was only bro. His runtime was like not even 5 minutes.
Yeah, for real.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, we definitely agree that movie trailers and stuff, they should be more discreet and stuff. But it does make sense that, you know, it all goes back to that these are businesses, these are brands, these are companies, they want money. And the only way to do that is to get a bunch of audience. And how do you get a bunch of audience? By revealing certain things like Michael Keaton and all these different things.
Right.
Right. With Avengers, with Javi's point where he says that they didn't show a bunch, the reason why that worked is because it's the fucking Avengers. Even if it's discreet, you don't need to show anything crazy. People are going to go see it either way.
Well, I'll even add on to that. I mean, that is true. I mean, the hype that another Avengers movie is coming out is hype enough, but also you have to remember that this is coming shortly after Infinity War, which ended on a cliffhanger where the heroes lost.
Exactly.
So now you're left with the question, basically the same question we all had after Across the Spider-Verse, which was, what happens next?
Exactly.
And so for people to see the trailer and it didn't show too much, but they're like, fuck it, I still got to go see it because look how the last one ended. How the fuck are they going to come back from that? Like, they lost. Half the universe went away. That's another thing, too, is that it's based on previous movies and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, definitely branding. It's an Avengers movie. Of course people are going to go see it. But also the last movie ended the way it did, and people are like, what the fuck? They're needing for what's next.
But like I said, I can see both arguments where they show a lot just to get the people hyped and stuff. Because if they don't show anything cool or whatever, people are not going to be interested.
Sure.
But then it's the opposite, where they could show just enough where it piques your interest and you go see it, and then you're blown away. Like with Barbarian, we always bring back Barbarian, right? Similar to that movie. So it's like it's
a double-edged sword.
Yeah, it's like, yes, in a sense, right? Which I see both sides. You know, me personally, you know, I really I mean, the only reason why I kind of keep up with trailers now is like for HRV, right? But even before that, I didn't really watch trailers. I would be like, yo, did you see the trailer? I'm like, nah, Hav. You know what I mean? I didn't really care. So when I would go see a movie and everything, I'd actually have that feeling, oh shit, right? But yeah, so that's okay. So yeah, okay. So now let's get to your second part. He says, and also this is one of my biggest questions. What the fuck does canon mean?
Oh, canon?
Is that actually what he asked?
Yeah. He says, I know y'all mention that word a lot, and in my opinion,
Canon is a cannon. Like,
no, he would say,
you light the fuse and then it goes.
So he says, I know you guys say that. I know you guys mention a lot. In my opinion, I would take it as canon as it's a flop or it's trash or it's just not good. And also, what was the canon about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, where some about his dad becoming captain was canon?
So his thing is, what does the word canon mean?
What does canon mean? And what does the canon, I guess, mean about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, where their dad becoming captain and stuff like that?
So it's kind of like the same question, really.
Essentially.
Because that first question will answer the second one.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, who wants to ask this one? What canon means?
You want to do it?
I mean, all right. So something that's canon, bro, it means that it's set in stone. It's destined. There's two things, right? Canon could be, for example, how do I explain this? It's kind of.
Want me to explain it to you? Okay, I got an example.
Okay, do you have like?
I'm gonna use Star Wars.
All right, okay.
This is how I found out what canon was, right? Okay. So Star Wars, there's plenty of stories going on and shit, right? Obviously, you got. I'm just gonna use the movies, just the movies for example. All the Star Wars movies that exist, that are live action, are all canon. That's
motherfucker.
Hold on. That's all canon. I'm telling you, that's all canon. That is the main story, and that is what we know. Like, that's the main shit. That's what's true. Real. It's what's true. That's what's real.
Actually, can you look up an actual definition?
Yeah, actually look it up.
I just did.
Thank you.
Okay, it's what's true. It's what everyone's like, hey, this is the reality. This is what we know is like fact.
Exactly.
Star Wars also has other storylines that fucks up the canon. That shit's known as legends. Where it's like, here's just a story.
Which is not real.
It's not canon. That's not reality. That's not fact. You
Exactly.
know what I mean? And that's kind of the best way I can describe it, but Javi has the actual definition.
Well, here, let me. I'm gonna take his example and try to flesh out the explanation a little more.
Okay.
I don't think he explained it very well. I know where you're going.
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
He said, "Hey, Mario, what does canon mean?" All right, I got y'all. So the first 6 movies of the Star Wars movies, they're canon. That's literally what he did. I got you. You want to know what canon means? You came to the right place. All the main Star Wars movies, they're canon, bitch.
Mic drop.
Like that's. He wants to know what is that.
With this guy.
That's funny.
Oh my god.
No, we're fucking with you, Mario.
No, okay.
That's literally what you said, though. That's literally what he said.
Yeah, but I had more too. I was like, that's all canon. That's all fact. That's what we do in reality.
No, but okay, that's true. Like,
Okay.
no, he got that part right. Where it's something that's true,
Yeah.
something that's set in stone in the source material.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So Josue is asking this. Right?
Josue, yeah.
Okay. So Josue. So basically, what Mario is saying is true, right? But I'm gonna try to explain it. I'm gonna try to flesh out his answer more. So basically, he's saying that the Star Wars movies, all the movies that we've gotten,
Hey,
right?
Hav, can you unmute your mic and mute it again? I mean, go again.
Hello, hello, hello.
It sounds kind of weird.
Whoa.
It sounds a little. All right, but it doesn't sound that bad. It just sounds a bit different. But all right,
Do I sound like I have a voice changer on?
No, it sounds like you're using one of these types of mics,
What
like
the
a headset mic.
What the?
What? That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but
Interesting. Okay.
it's whatever.
All right. Well,
it's not that bad.
so basically, Josue, canon just means when something. So we have to use an example. So like, let's say let's say movies, right? An example would be movies. So when someone says, "Oh, those movies are canon," it means that as far as the broader story and the broader universe, when you're doing like storytelling in any sort of form of media, be it movies, video games, TV shows, comic books, novels, anything like that, when something is deemed canon, it means, hey, as far as this timeline, as far as the story, as far as all these events, what happened in this movie or in this book or in this game, whatever, actually did happen, and it's set in stone. Compared to like when something is not canon, it just means, oh, these events didn't actually happen. That's why if we get another movie, a sequel show, game, novel, if they don't reference any of the events that happened in the not canon source material, it's because those events never really happened.
Yes.
So an example would be like, okay, what Mario was saying. Star Wars has been a franchise that has existed since the 70s. It's been around for a while. And for the longest time, there were Star Wars movies, Star Wars video games, and Star Wars novels that all existed. And at one point, those were all deemed canon, meaning that all those different stories from the Star Wars movies, the original trilogy, all the Star Wars video games that came out on the OG Xbox and PS2 and all that, and all the Star Wars novels that you would check out of the library and all that other shit, those were all stories that all existed in the universe. So when you picked up a book on Star Wars and it talked about Luke Skywalker fighting some big overlord that wasn't Darth Vader, some other guy.
Careful with the spoilers, man.
No, I'm making shit up.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. I'm just making
man.
I'm just making shit up. I'm literally making shit up. I'm just saying, like, let's pretend that there's a novel of Star Wars where he fights some big overlord that's not Darth Vader. Darth Hector. Let's call him Darth Hector, right? And you're like, whoa, this is crazy. The Luke Skywalker that I saw in the movie apparently went on his own mission and fought Darth Hector. That's crazy. Then years later, what happened was Disney bought out Star Wars, and when they did, they said, hey, to make the storyline and the timeline not so confusing, we are declaring the Star Wars movies as canon. Everything else is not canon, also otherwise known as legends. Legends just means, in Star Wars, legends just means not canon. So what does that mean? That means that book that you read of Luke Skywalker fighting Darth Hector, never happened.
And it's not real to the main
and it's
continuity.
not real. So if we get a Star Wars movie where Luke Skywalker comes back, he will never say that one time I fought Darth Hector, because that storyline was deemed not canon. It was undone. It was retconned, and it no longer existed. Therefore, it's not canon, which means it didn't really happen in the events of the storyline.
Yes.
That's what canon means. So when people say, well, this movie is canon, it just means, okay, which means it actually happened.
And it's real to the universe.
It's real to the universe. When something is not canon, it just means, oh, everything that happened in this book didn't really happen. It was kind of like a what if. It was like a what if from Marvel.
Like, think of it like fan fiction.
Yes.
Like it's not canon.
Yeah, like when people write their own made up stories of like Spider-Man and using these characters, it's not canon, bro. That's just someone
not real. It's
making
just fan
stories
fiction.
for fun.
Exactly.
Those are obviously not canon because they didn't actually happen. You're not going to pick up a Spider-Man comic and be like, "Oh shit, like why doesn't Spider-Man reference the time he fought Batman in that fan fiction I read online?"
Exactly.
That's not canon, homie.
It's not
real. It was just a one-off. Again, I'll say it again. It's kind of like Marvel's What If, the show and the comic line.
Yes.
It's one-off stories that exist in the multiverse, exists out there that happened, but it's not necessarily canon in the main timeline, in the main universe.
Yes.
It's kind of like that.
Yes.
So that's what canon, not canon means, basically.
Exactly. Hopefully, and if you still have trouble understanding, just send me another message, and I'll do my best to try to explain even more. Or, you know, you could DM Mario or whoever.
Yeah.
And, and his second part is, what does that mean with canon of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, where each Spider-Man's father becomes the captain, right? And that, it basically means what we just said, where if you're Spider-Man, right, your dad being captain is destined. And no matter which multiverse you are, no matter which Spider-Man you meet, every single Spider-Man has gone through that. You know, either losing a specific person, certain tragic events, events that eventually causes for you to become Spider-Man, right? Those things are set in stone, and those things are supposed to happen, regardless of what timeline multiverse you are in.
Yeah.
It is set in stone, and that is canon.
Yes.
Pretty much. Did I explain it pretty well then, right there?
Yeah.
Or did you want to add on?
Well, I mean, yeah, no, basically kind of like the way you explained it. So basically, Miguel O'Hara was saying that a canon event is an event that happens in the timeline that cannot be changed, right? Now, Josue, if you saw Across the Spider-Verse, I'm assuming he did. If not, spoilers, bro. But, I have to explain this. If you remember, one of the
Hey, I have to explain this. Like, it's killing me. I have to.
I did not say it.
That's how he sounded, didn't he? Like, hey,
the tone in his voice.
Hey, Josue, if you haven't seen the movie, bro, too bad, bitch. I have to say this.
Too bad, too sad.
I become Dark Flash.
Josue bro. Josue gets spoiled. He becomes Dark Flash. He fucking stops Javi from fucking saying that shit.
Javi, you ruined my experience. I can't let that slide. I would have enjoyed this movie more if you haven't spoiled it for me. But yeah, okay. I guess spoilers for if you haven't seen it, bro. Right? If you haven't seen our review or whatever, or if you haven't seen the movie, so go ahead.
Right. So if you remember, one of the canon events, again, canon event is an event that happens
that's real,
that cannot be changed. It has to go the way it is. Was Spider-Man India? The captain, the father of his love interest, was supposed to die under the debris.
That was set in stone.
But Miles comes in and saves him. And because he changed a canon event that was supposed to happen, because he undid it, he technically retconned it. Like that example I gave. That's why his universe was creating black holes, and it was like eating up everything, and it was fucking up that Earth, whatever it was, Spider-Man India, the Mountbatten Earth. It was getting fucked up because Miles intervened with a canon event. So that's why all that was happening and stuff like that. So later in the movie, bro, when he's explaining that a canon event for every Spider-Man is that they experience loss or that they lose a captain.
Yep.
That is what they're talking about. Yes. So basically Miguel's explaining that your dad is about to be promoted to captain in his police department, and in every Spider-Man universe,
that's how it goes.
We lose a captain. It's a canon event. You cannot change it. You can't intervene, and if you do, your Earth gets fucked, just like Spider-Man India's did when you fucking saved the captain.
It's just kind of like what happened with the Flash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's so he has another. He also has another comment as well. He says, also, one more thing. Going way back to my favorite episodes would be Evil Dead Rise, like the one that came out like 2 months ago or something like that. Also, the current state of the MCU and DCU, the Batman, Nope, all of the Moon Knight episodes y'all reviewed. Also, a little bit of She-Hulk, because y'all like were going on the fact that she was going through stuff, which was basically me.
That was you. I remember you saying that.
And I guess not a lot of people realize that, and that's what makes these pods so damn interesting. Y'all dig deep and give full-on length conversations.
Yeah.
Hey, man. I mean, that's pretty much it with us. I mean, yeah, bro, that's what we like, man. Especially, like, I know Hav and I, even before the pod, we would have these conversations, like, just chilling without recording.
Yeah.
Like, we're really passionate about it. And Mario, he also would join in the conversations, and I think recently he jumped in more, and you're getting into it more and stuff. And we like to go deep in these different conversations and think outside the box, and bring up what ifs or cool things like that. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what really makes us kind of stand out. Mm. Okay, so yeah, shout out to you, Josue, man. Hopefully our explanation really helped you out, bro. But like I said, if it didn't, DM me or any one of us. And, we could definitely try to explain it again. Okay, so this next one is a comment, a message from Ramis. Ramis Siddiqui.
Okay.
Hopefully I pronounce your name right, bro. He says, hello, HRV. My name is Ramis Siddiqui from Skokie, Illinois.
Oh.
This guy.
Oh, this guy. Yeah.
I am a huge fan of your podcast and content. Love your reviews, analysis, and takes on the movie industry and pop culture related stuff. You guys are the only ones I trust when it comes to movies and shows, as everyone doesn't know how to review or are just as a kiss ass like Soups.
Damn!
Keep the good work, and I hope you guys grow to be a successful team. Hey. Yeah, you guys anything? You have anything to say?
Did you just name drop Hector? That's crazy.
I mean, I had a name drop him, man. I had a name drop. Hey, he put it. I had to say. I can't because
So hold on. So under contract, under law, right?
Under law.
So like, put your right hand up. So you swear that you were just reading the comment. You were not dissing fellow creators.
I swear, bro.
You swear on.
I swear, bro.
You swear on Jenna Ortega.
I swear on her, man.
You swear on Supergirl.
I swear on Supergirl.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, I can show you the message, right?
Hey, yo, just send a screen. Just take a screenshot, bro, and a
video. Yeah, he says Soups right there.
Yeah.
he brings it up.
Hey man, you know what? Take a screenshot, bro, and just put it up on the internet. That's our evidence.
For real. No, yeah. So that's what I mean. Do you guys have any responses?
Wait, what did he say about Soups? That he said he did.
He says, you guys are the only ones I trust when it comes to movies and shows, as everyone doesn't know how to review or are just a kiss ass like Soups.
Okay. I mean, what's his name again? I don't want to mispronounce his name.
Ramis.
Ramis?
Yeah.
The thing is, Ramis is like, we at least I truly believe we're super, like, we strongly believe in just, not wanting to fake our takes, our opinions, things like that. We want to stay very true to what we believe and stuff like that. We feel as though it's so often, and it's not just on TikTok or social media platforms, but also on a lot of things like YouTube or like even like Mario, you know this. Who's that one guy who like talks about sports? He's always yelling and shit.
Talks about sports?
Yeah, he's always
Stephen A. Smith?
I think that's who it is. He's the one that's always yelling. He was always
he in Creed?
Yes.
Stephen A. Smith.
Okay, so like, there's also other platforms on television, like stuff like that. Not even just social media, it's just other platforms where we feel like a lot of people tend to just overreact and fake opinions or fake reactions or fake whatever just to kind of maybe stand out and stuff like that. And when you're faced with a sea of people who all act the same, it's very hard to tell who's being real and who's not.
Right.
So we strongly believe that anytime we have reviews or have discussion videos, just know that everything that we say is all true. We stand by it and we believe in it, and we try not to fabricate our thoughts or our sayings in any way, because we know that, again, we mentioned it earlier about how we can't, how we don't think critics should let real life actions of the actors influence their ratings and stuff, because those critics kind of are like, it's their due diligence to give the audience what they want, which is honesty and their opinion on something without it being persuaded or fabricated of any way. And that's kind of how we think about it also. We know that a lot of you guys tune in on this podcast. A lot of you guys have been checking out our clips on social media and stuff like that. And we know deep down that y'all come to us because y'all trust us. So how fair would it be for us to tarnish that trust that you guys have for us by saying fake takes and fake opinions and over exaggerations like, man, people are tripping. Across the Spider-Verse was trashed. Why? Because people will tune in more and blah, blah, blah. We don't really believe in that. We'd rather we stay true to y'all because, you know, without y'all, this wouldn't be happening. This wouldn't even be a thing in the first place.
And even, like, if we ever get those opportunities where we, you know, go to premieres or something or whatever, we're not, even because we get those opportunities and privileges that most people won't, we're not going to, like, fake it type shit. Yeah. Mario's trying to laugh, like he's like, I'm faking it. Like,
no, I'm not.
Well, why are you laughing?
You say that, I'm just like, man, if we, because obviously we are gonna do that. I'm just like, we're never gonna be flown out. It's gonna happen one time, and then we're never gonna be flown out.
Nah, man, DC.
They
really dropped the ball, bro.
James Gunn mics out for the Spider-Man one, not Spider-Man, for Superman one. It flops. We say it flops. We never go into another DC.
Never see a DC.
I mean, hey,
that's how it works, bro.
I mean, if that's the case, that's the case, man. I think I'd value my like pride and like reputation more than those opportunities.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And that's how it should be. I feel like, you know what I mean. I mean, if we have to take these hits for telling the truth, fuck it, bro.
You know. Okay. So yeah, shout out to you, man. He still has he asked a question. It's a pretty good question as well.
Ooh.
He says, also, I have a question for you guys on your next episode. We see films get stupid hype, and it causes a sense of excitement for fans to go watch it and enjoy. However, we are seeing recent films not deliver, and it ruins the whole movie experience. How do you guys deal with a movie getting crazy hype and not living up to the hype? Or a film gets crazy reviews and ratings, yet it feels like it's not even that good? Example would be the recent Spider-Verse movie. Thanks. Well, first of all, Ramis, we like the Spider-Man movie.
I was gonna say, like, is he saying he didn't think the hype was there? Like,
I'm assuming he didn't, which is, hey, like I said, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, you know, everyone has their own reasons and stuff. But yeah, we all like the Spider-Man movie, but I do understand what you're saying, and it is true, where some people would have a build up a sense of hype and go see the movie, and then they leave disappointed. I think for me, that happened. I'm a victim of it. You know, I probably shouldn't, but hey, I think that's inevitable when you are truly passionate about the subject and the atmosphere that you're in. So, like I said, the example would be in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, I was
Quantumania.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot to mention that, right? Quantumania. I was actually hyped for it.
Yeah, me too.
You know, and I left completely disappointed. You know, and I do understand that maybe we shouldn't go in their hype, but I think it's, like I said, it's very difficult because we are passionate about these things.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's always going to be kind of inevitable where, you know, like, wow, we're hyped, but it's just, we can't turn it off because we're so passionate about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Bless you.
So, yeah, I mean, did you guys want to have a take on that?
I mean, yeah, like I said, we all love the Spider-Man movie here. But I do understand where he's coming from. For me, I wasn't as hyped you guys were for the Quantumania one. For me, the last thing I can clearly remember that where I was like, bro, I'm ready for this. Like, I'm so fucking hyped. And when it ended, I was just like, yo, what the like? Yeah. Where I was like, what? Was for me, it was the Obi-Wan show. Where like that show had nothing but hype behind it, and where I was looking forward to it, and I was like, let's fucking go. And when all episodes were aired, I was just like, I kind of had like an empty feeling. I was like, it didn't hit for me like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. What about you? Have you have anything to say?
No, I feel like y'all said everything I could have said.
Yeah, so it's like it's gonna be one of those things, man. If you're passionate about it, it's gonna happen. I don't think you can avoid it.
Even if yeah, it does. Even if people want to be like, you know what, man? Yeah, it looks cool, but I'm gonna try to tame my expectations. Even if you want to try, bro, you can try as hard as you can.
But it's gonna be hard.
But there's still gonna be a little part of you that's like,
you're hyped,
but I want to go
because you're passionate. Absolutely. You know. So I guess he says, how do you deal with it, right?
Homie, there is no dealing with it.
We just stick it out.
It's kind of like,
okay, it's like
on to the next one.
It's like ripping off a bandage.
It's just like
a Band-Aid
over with,
or pulling out a teeth.
Yeah, it's like shit,
just,
right?
It's one of those things where it's like, fuck it, let's just get it over with, type shit. Like that's it.
But we definitely had many experiences like that. But like I said, we're just passionate about these different things, so it's gonna happen. But it was a great question. It was a very thoughtful question. And so obviously, what I like to do when like I said, guys, if you guys are listening to this and you guys are, new or whatever, send me a message. Let us know, I'll give you guys a shout out. And I always ask to I'm always curious, like, hey, like, how did you find us? What are your favorite episodes? Whatever, So that's why I decided to ask Ramis. And he says that he found us on The Last of Us episode 7 was my first time listening to your podcast, and it came in my TikTok feed. I was immediately hooked and admire your guys' work. My fave so far is the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 review. Very funny. I only have, and I also asked him if you have any positive or negative feedback. He says, I only have positive feedback because, as I said, you guys are genuine and have the real fan point of view. If something is good, you say good things, and if it's bad, then you say what made it bad. You guys don't kiss ass or praise the film or show for no reason. You're not like that Soups guy.
Wait.
He brings him up. I swear to God. Bro.
Wait, hold on.
He brings him up again.
That's okay. Hold on.
Shit,
what? I brought it up.
No. I got confused. I thought this was a separate person who brought him up, but this is the same guy.
No, it's Ramis.
Okay. I was like, that's crazy.
No, it's Ramis. It's Ramis.
So twice now. Okay, so right hand up. Are you sure that you read this?
I promise, man. I can show you the fucking. I can show you, man.
I believe him, man.
You guys don't kiss ass or praise the film or for the show for no reason. You're not like that guy, that Soups guy, who acts like a kid and keeps praising something even if it's bad.
This dude is fucking going in, bro. What the fuck? What is
I don't know what the fuck going on,
the
bro.
Fact that he don't hold back, bro.
Yo, Ramis got a vendetta out for my man Soups, man.
For real,
That's
bro.
crazy, Hey, he hit him with he acts like a kid.
Like,
keeps praising something even if it's bad. Damn.
That's crazy.
And there are many more like him that don't review properly. I think you guys do a great job and would say to keep it up. We really appreciate those kind of words.
We appreciate that, bro.
That's raw as fuck.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man, shout out to you, man. This man, he hates Soups, man.
He made me fucking laugh.
Oh, we're gonna mention this too, because he's from Skokie.
Oh yeah.
Right? We're not from Skokie, but Ramis, bro, when you sent me that message, we were at Skokie.
We were at the what's the mall called?
Hey, chill, bro. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, you're right. I was only saying because we don't live there.
Yeah, but like, we don't live there. But hey, man, chill.
Okay, you're right.
Legit, I was with Mario because this was the day where we went to go see the Xbox showcase, which is definitely a cool experience. Popcorn expensive as fuck, bro. $10, bro.
They gave us a gift card for $10. That's how much the fucking one large cost.
Not only that, we had to pay an extra $1 for it.
The tax. It's like, what the fuck? Like, might as well give me two.
And dude, it was the popcorn was salty as fuck. Like, we didn't even finish it. And when we were throwing them out in the trash, there was other popcorn buckets with full with popcorn in it. Yeah, bro, it was bad, bro. But overall, it was pretty cool. There was camera crew and shit. I was like, yo, shout out HRV. No, I should have. But anyways, so I was with it was me, Mario, Danny, and Thiele. We were in his car. We were just vibing. We were just talking stuff. We already ate and stuff. And then I get that message. And I'm like, oh shit, we got a new message, man. I read it out. He's like, yo, I'm Ramis. I'm from Skokie. I'm like, yo, we literally in Skokie right now. This is crazy. So hey, man, maybe you fuck with us more, man. I don't know that we near your block, near your hood. So yeah, bro. So shout out to you, bro. It really means a lot. We're definitely gonna keep being genuine and stuff. And so okay. So the next comment is gonna be from Luis, man. Shout out to you, Luis.
Hey.
Luis.
Yeah, I was talking to him a bit and stuff, and I was just explaining to him what my plans was for HRV and stuff, and he says this really cool thing that I really want to like just shout out. He says, because I said, yo, a lot of big things are coming down the way. It's gonna take some time because we're a small group, whatever, you know. But hey, like I see the potential, I see the vision. We're there. He says, yeah, I know y'all a small group, but no bullshit. The way you speak on growing the podcast and everything else you're doing, you're for sure going to manifest that shit to existence. And when you guys do get cameras, that's going to be funny and a game changer because I'm going to be dying listening to y'all or seeing your live reactions to some of the some of the gay shit.
I'm telling you, if I always go back to this, bro, the 65 shit. If I did that shit on camera.
He said, yeah, I'm going to love seeing the reactions of the gay shit and jokes y'all be saying. Remember, guys, it's just jokes, bro. Like, don't fucking come after us, bro. Jokes y'all be saying will just add to it. So yeah, man. Shout out to you. And the reason why I was having this convo with him is because he slid up when I posted on the story. They had the camera crew at the Xbox Showcase. He's like, man, shout out the pod, right? And I was talking with him, and then he said, yeah, bro. He's one of the people that said I haven't been listening to your reviews because I haven't seen the movies. And that's when I explained to him, listen, bro, I understand on some Hannah Montana shit. I'm trying to get on some Best of Both Worlds. I'm gonna build that Heat Ray vision, like non-spoiler shit, whatever. And that's how it came to this conversation. So yeah, bro. Shout out to you, Luis, man. Like you're legit one of the day ones. And not only that, he also points out a video clip from Across the Spider-Verse where he says, Hav explaining this sounds exactly like the Flashpoint plot, word for word. And I thought he was going to say it reminded him of the Butterfly Effect, the movie with Ashton Kutcher that kept on fucking up the timeline. And it was a clip. I don't here. I could maybe go really quickly. But do you know what movie he's talking about? Huh?
I've never seen it, but I've heard of it, and that's literally all I know. I know the title, and I know that Ashton Kutcher's
because
in it.
The clip because he sends me a clip, and I guess it's not copyright. It's us. So I'm gonna play it in the.
It's us.
Okay, it's us.
Okay. Miguel is trying to explain to him, listen, man, that's canon, though. It's what's supposed to happen.
That's what happened to all of us.
It's what happened to all of us. And he even explained, he's like, what you did for Spider-Man India, saving the girlfriend's dad, right? Like,
which was the captain thing.
Which was a captain of the police department in that universe. It's like, you saved him, and you weren't supposed to do that. Now look at his universe. There's all these different black holes and shit sucking into the earth and blah, 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 because you created an anomaly. Which reminds me of, what's the thing that I thought of? Of the thing where it's like where they changed reality and then it fucked shit up. I forgot what was it.
I mentioned Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Remember when Doctor Strange goes in when it's like, oh, if it creates an incursion, like when you change, when you fuck with reality and blah blah blah. Right. So it kind of reminded me of Multiverse of Madness, but basically explains like you saving that guy is fucking up now.
This is the clip that he sent me, and he just wanted me to tell you that. Like, you literally described Flashpoint, and, like, he thought you were gonna, like, say that. Like, it reminded you of that. Or, like, that, or, like I said, it reminded him of Butterfly Effect, the movie with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, yeah. I told him I would tell him that. I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna tell him, bro, don't worry. He's like, all right, bro, appreciate it. So, okay. So, okay, the next thing I want to do, really quick shout-out, because I know... we have a lot more questions that are from Zion, man. Shout out to you, Z. Man, can we get some more game reviews? Dude, that's going to be like an inside joke, bro. Like, can we get some more game reviews? I'm getting sick of this shit. Like, I'm getting... But yeah, he had a bunch of questions. But before we get to your questions, Z, I wanted to shout out Rachiro 219 from... He left a review on our Apple... podcast. He says funny/informative podcast. He says big comic/movie junkie myself. These guys really make me laugh. Wishing the amigos full of luck of making it big. Keep grinding. So
nice.
I wanted to shout you out, bro. We appreciate it. And if you guys are listening on wherever you are on Apple, Spotify, Google, and stuff, leave us a rating. If you want to write a comment as well, go ahead. We'll definitely shout you out in future episodes. But leave us a rating because that'll definitely help us out in the algorithm and it'll boost us up. So if you want to show your support that way, we really appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now let's get to the more questions right here. So This is from Zion. Zion says, his first comment says, I think Colossus can be the next big bad. And this is from the question that he asked is, who could be the next big bad after Kang the Conqueror? And remember we said Dr. Doom, Galactus and stuff. He just says he thinks Colossus.
Colossus? Okay. From X-Men?
I guess so. AZ.
Huh. How would that work?
AZ, he's hating on you, bro. Get his ass.
Yeah, no, chill.
AZ, he's hating on you.
Chill.
That's
Chill.
Hey, AZ, I wouldn't hate.
I think that's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Y'all are bitches for throwing me under the bus.
Oh, bro, you threw yourself under, bro.
I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all, you mean to tell me y'all heard that and y'all didn't think that was weird?
I don't even know who Colossus is, so I'm just
That's why. That's facts.
All right, Mario got a pass. Yeah, Colossus from
X-Men, bro. He's a good guy.
Or maybe he's talking about someone else.
Maybe
you could look it up, bro. Can you look it up?
Yeah, here.
Maybe there's more people.
Fuck? Marvel Comics Colossus.
Yeah, don't worry, bro. We're gonna check it out, bro. Don't worry, man. I think it's a great idea. Hey, can we
laugh? Fuck his little laugh, bro. What the fuck was that bullshit?
Hey, man.
I hate this motherfucker.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea. What you mean? Hey, you know what that reminds me of? From The Flash? The dude laughing.
That was you just now.
Yeah, bro.
What
That shit
the
funny.
fuck?
That shit funny as fuck. All right, so yeah, is there any other Colossus?
No, bro. It's just giving me the hero.
Okay, yeah, Z, man, you might gotta check that, man. Maybe you misspelled or something, bro. But hey, it's all good. Maybe we spelled because he's a good guy from X-Men. Okay, bro. So, well, we get to the next question then. If you're listening to this, bro, you could, send me a message and stuff. And if you made a mistake and you want to correct yourself, let me know. I'll make sure to include it in the next episode. Mm-hmm. So yeah, in the last episode we mentioned, he asked us a question: who would we want to bring on to the show, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He says, you guys should bring Jenna Ortega on here when you blow up.
Oh my god.
I started laughing, but I'm gonna be real, man. I don't think that's gonna happen.
You know what's funny is that if she
crazy.
were on, what would we discuss?
Nah, bro, it wouldn't work.
You?
I don't think I'd want her to be on. Oh, yeah, she's a new an interview type shit.
Yeah,
like an interviewer, hey,
how was that experience?
What'd you think of it yourself?
What'd you think of the ending? Because by the time she's on, that bitch gonna be over.
Yeah, but we gotta be up there, bro. On status, bro. We gotta be up there. But we appreciated the optimism, the optimism. Yeah. Okay. So he says, okay, let's see. It was good. Okay. What's your guys' top 5 story games?
Story games?
Story games.
Ooh, damn.
I think one I could think of off the top of my head is even though I haven't finished it, don't be a bitch, is The Walking Dead. Telltale game.
Oh, Telltale?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think one of them, that's one for me, I think.
Okay.
Story game.
I mean, for
The
me,
Last of Us.
I was going to say Last of Us. That's one for me. Yeah, just looking through his game collection.
Last of Us.
I'd have to say...
Red Dead Redemption. Wait, let me go first.
Okay, all right. Hector first.
Telltale's Walking Dead.
Ooh.
The Last of Us.
Okay.
I would say Red Dead Redemption. Fuck, does it have to be one game?
That's the thing. I don't know. That's where I'm going to have trouble on, too.
Okay. I'm gonna say Skyrim. Okay, Skyrim, and then I'm gonna say fuck it, Red Dead. Oh, I love them both though. I'm gonna be a bitch. I'm gonna say Red Dead 1. Red Dead 1. And if I could choose franchise, both of them. The second one, I would say GTA 4. But then again, I'm tripping because GTA Uncharted. Uncharted's really good too.
Well, I don't want to sound like a bitch, but did GTA 4 really have a memorable story?
You're a bitch, bro. You're a bitch.
I just don't remember.
Hell yeah, Harv.
I know,
Come on, man, Nico
I,
Bellic.
You don't know Nico Bellic, bro?
I know.
You don't know Gay Tony?
You don't know Gay Tony, bro?
You are Gay Tony.
You don't know Gay Hector? You don't know Gay Hector? No.
Unfortunately, I do.
Oh, yeah. Bro,
what's it called?
No, you ain't gonna disrespect me like that. I'm not gonna.
I just forget what the story was. I just remember playing
GTA 4 is the best Grand Theft Auto game ever made.
Why? Oh, because cheat codes worked. That's why.
No,
Why?
that's not why.
Bro, what happened to cheat codes, man? Like on some real shit.
They had
What the
cheat codes for
fuck happened?
GTA 5.
The cheat
They
code books.
Remember
Remember
the
those?
books? Remember that?
Remember those?
Damn.
I'm trying to think, man. There's a bunch of story games.
Well, did you name
man.
5 already?
I did, but like,
How
there's
about this?
other more that
you
I
name
think
5,
of.
but it's subject to change for all of us. Because
All right.
that's what I'm gonna say. Okay,
All right,
how
that's
have you
fine.
next?
Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah,
All
go
right,
ahead.
so obvious one I'll get out the way is The Last of Us.
I think
The
we're all
Last
gonna
of
have
Us
that.
was really, really good. It's just, bro, it's just that good. I don't know what to tell
Yeah.
you. The first Last of Us, I'm gonna say Uncharted. As far as which one, bro, I guess
Story.
Uncharted 4.
Ah, you bitch.
But like story, okay, story game. So like story driven. I wouldn't say Skyrim is story driven. Like that's your main like.
Yeah, that's facts.
Oh, that's tough. I'm trying to think, but anyways, continue. However, like.
So I said Last of Us.
Yeah.
Uncharted 4.
Yeah, Uncharted 4 is really good too.
I would probably say what else? PS4 Spider-Man,
I knew it.
the Insomniac
Yeah.
Spider-Man. That's a really good
He
one.
said I knew it.
I knew he was gonna mention.
It's
it.
good, bro. It's good. It's the
You're
best. It's the
predictable,
best
bitch.
adaptation of Spider-Man ever.
Not even Telltales. You're not gonna bring up Telltales?
Walking
Dead?
you ever finish it?
I finished it. I finished all 4.
I haven't finished it, and I know it was raw. Like it's one of those things where like,
You know the whole story?
nah.
Okay,
He's played the first one.
the first
like,
one. If you were to say just the first
I know.
season,
I gotta
then
finish it. I
understand.
gotta finish it. But here's the thing, right? The reason why I know it's 5 is because there's not like a bunch of different actions of movements. Like you're just walk around and click shit,
Yeah.
but yet you're still so immersed. So that's like top 5 fucking story games right there. You know what I mean? Fuck,
Yeah.
how can you pull up a list of like?
I
stories?
literally just did.
Okay,
Just 'cause
pull
I'm
up
having
a
it.
list of story-driven games, bro. Cause like,
There's a bunch. Fuck.
cause dude, I'm pretty sure there's. Okay, while he's doing that, Mario, go ahead. Do you have your 5?
Fuck.
This
I think
guy.
at number 1, I would have to put The Last of Us. I think it's like the best story game I think I ever played.
Well, mine's not in order, bro. I'm just.
Yeah,
I'm
me
just
neither,
talking
me
about-
neither.
Okay,
me
I'm
neither.
not gonna do it then. There's no order, just top 5. The Last of Us, Dragon Age, Bioshock.
Would you say Dragon Age is story-driven?
It's an open world game,
But is it story-driven?
I mean, I fucking loved the story. I fucking loved it. Remember, I'll tell you, like, bro, when I found this out, bro, I was shocked. Remember?
Yeah.
I would put Dragon Age in there. Dragon Age Inquisition, I should say.
Oh, I think I got mine. Gears of War.
Did I say Bioshock Infinite?
You said Bioshock.
Bioshock Infinite, to be exact.
Okay.
Or Bioshock the franchise, like
Okay.
Hector said also. I guess another one I would say is Uncharted 4. I really loved Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4 is really good as well.
And I think my last one, I'm debating between like Mass Effect and Ghost of Tsushima. I'm debating between those two, but I think I enjoyed Ghost more. I really fucked with the Ghost story. That's my top 5, but it is subject to change.
Yeah. So for me, I would say The Last of Us. I would say Uncharted 4. I would say PS4 Spider-Man. So that's 3 so far. I also want to bring up. Fuck! I just had the list. Hold on, let me look.
What was
There
it?
were some games that.
Okay, I'm gonna restart.
God of War Ragnarok.
God of War. Oh yeah, God of War Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok. Shit went hard. And as far as
The last one?
the
The
fifth game, bro, low key, I'm kind of torn
Between what?
between Batman Arkham Knight and
Firewatch, Mario?
Firewatch is good, but I'm not gonna say it's like the best narrative ever. It's just
Gotcha.
it's more engaging than like holy shit. I'm
Gotcha.
fucking wow.
I'm torn between Batman Arkham Knight and Red Dead 2.
Really? So Batman Arkham Knight's your favorite Batman game? Not Arkham City?
No, fuck no. Knight's way better.
Nah, I fucking mine City, bro. I fucking
No, you know
love
what? I'm
Arkham
gonna
City.
go with Red Dead. Red Dead 2.
Red Dead?
Red Dead
Red Dead 2
2.
is good.
Okay, man. I'm gonna restart. Telltale's Walking Dead,
Okay.
Gears of War,
Okay.
Halo.
Okay.
Fuck, Last of Us.
Okay.
My last one. Fuck, dude. I'm stuck between Red Dead or Red Dead 2, man.
Which Halo?
Oh, that's right. Oh, and which Gears? Gears 2, Halo 2.
Bet.
Easy.
Fire.
It's always the twos.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what it is, right?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know what it is.
Best COD, Black Ops 2.
That's facts.
Spider-Man
2's coming out. Which, by the way, I bought the collector's edition. Like, with that statue and shit.
with the Venom.
Damn,
Yeah.
isn't that
That's
bitch
fire.
like $200?
Hey man, fuck it, man. That's fire. Hey, dude. Hey, you know them Gears of War Lancers are $300.
Oh, those are raw.
Damn.
Those are raw.
Well, retail's $150. But like after, you know what I mean. So I think did I mention everything?
You need one more.
You said you were down, but you were torn
one-
between Red Dead 1 or 2.
Oh yeah.
Dude, like they're both really good, but I'm letting my nostalgia Red Dead 1. Fuck it.
It's fine. It's your top one.
And then
bro.
GTA 4. I really
You
like
get to
GTA
be
4.
biased in your top 5.
And
bro.
add GTA 4 in that bitch. Fuck it.
But that's 6 games.
Top
I don't
six.
give a fuck. Z, you take it, man. Fuck it. All right. So yeah, that was okay. His other question. Let me see. Let me. This is a really good question. What do you guys think your biggest strength about your guys' podcast is, and what do you guys think your biggest flaw about the podcast is?
Fuck, that's a fucking good ass question.
That's
Holy
a good
shit.
question, but I think I know.
You go then.
Go first.
You want me to go first? I think our biggest flaw in the podcast is not having cameras.
Yeah, that's definitely one
Is
something.
not having actual video footage, cameras, and stuff like that. And I think our biggest strengths is what basically most of you guys are saying is that we really dissect and go in depth in conversations, and we're genuine about it. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's what I think.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I agree. I don't really have an answer for the flaw just because I personally can't think of one.
That's great.
That's great.
Hey, way to be humble, huh? Wow. Way to be humble. That's crazy.
Okay.
Next thing he goes like the biggest strength. Honestly, me like.
Me, bro. Like,
What are y'all talking about?
hey, shout out to Ha for editing the podcast clips, right? Right. Give a round of applause.
That's facts, you know.
Send him a dick pic.
He'll appreciate
Do you remember that?
shit.
Do you remember that joke?
I think so.
We did it in the PlayStation Showcase, I think. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
I was like,
right,
Ha. I'm like, yeah, Ha. You know, he edits the clips, bro. He does a good job. I do like mini post production, little edits or whatever, but he does the legwork. So yeah, if y'all want to shout him out, send him a DM or whatever, man. Fucking send him a dick pic.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember.
And
now.
I-
And they were
was
making
like-
jokes like, what if he was getting actual dick pics? Like,
Yeah.
bro, why am I getting
What
a
is
bunch
going
of dick pics?
on? I gotta mute.
Yo, what's
these
this
motherfuckers.
schlong I have on my phone right now?
That's what it.
The biggest question is why is it your lock screen?
For real, dude. But Mario, what do you think, bro? Biggest strength, biggest weakness?
Not to say that I don't disagree, because I do agree like that is a flaw, and I do also agree that it is a positive, a strength of ours. But just to just give a different one, as for our strength, I think one is just the chemistry that we have, and that it feels very free flowing whenever we have our discussions.
Yeah,
I don't
That's
think you're
true.
gonna have a free flowing conversation if you don't have good chemistry. In my opinion.
that's true. Like, I guess because I see other podcasts. You know, I check out the ops, right? So I gotta
Spin
spin
the stage.
Got to spin the block, right? No, not like that. More so how these
Structure?
people. No. It's more so that these people are not really. Some of them, most of them, are not like hometown like friends growing up, and more so they meet them through online, and then they do like Zoom calls or whatever.
Yeah.
And you guys just met. You're like, hey, we both have the same interests. Let's start a pod. But since you guys just started that relationship and you guys are doing the pod, you can't necessarily know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't want to offend them. You don't want to say go out, but say anything crazy. You know, whatever the fuck. So I guess I can agree with that, bro. Like, I would say I think our chemistry, but I think more so like the way we dissect shit. And the way we go in depth. And
Like, I mean, like I said,
passionate.
I agree with you, but just to add on to it.
No, yeah.
But as for
And
the
a flaw,
flaw,
yeah. What do you think?
as for the flaw, I think
Maybe tangents.
I think they fuck with that.
You think so?
I think they fuck with that because on the podcasts in the two, they go off on tangents, and I enjoy it when they go off tangents. But
Okay.
as a flaw to us, besides the camera, because I do think that is something we need to do.
That's the one big one right there.
For sure.
Without a
I
doubt.
think is the fact that we can't bring you every movie. We don't bring
that's
you
facts.
every show.
That's facts.
or every game, just simply because we don't have the fucking time for it. And that's something that really bums me out.
And we're a small team, man, and we're small right now. You know,
it's one of those things where like we gotta do what we can with what time we have.
Yeah,
and that's something where I'm just like, I hope if this goes anywhere that we can review everything we possibly can and bring out more content.
Yeah, like we could do it like full time.
Because I know this week we bumped out a lot of podcasts just because we had those gaming streams or whatever the fuck. But usually it's one podcast per week, you know. And,
okay. No, that's facts. And I guess another flaw I would add on to it is the lack of gaming content.
No, yeah, that's another
flaw as well. Like I really want to add more to it. And when we've been doing the shows with the gaming shit, I've been liking it because it's been like, I don't know.
I love talking about games.
Yeah, man.
Bro.
It's been a long time, like, because I'm always constantly thinking like about HRV and all these different things. Like you even ask Hob, I'd be annoying him sometimes, right? So like when we would sit and I wouldn't really play like a lot of video games or check out new games or like really look into stuff like that. So when we were doing those episodes, I actually felt like a sense of like damn, like this is fun as fuck. Like I actually like this.
I love talking about games.
You know what I mean? Like it really brought me back to like those times or whatever. So yeah, I really want to do more of those, like more video game discussions or like content like that. You know what I mean?
Hey man, a little bit of a video game clip note, man. Fuck Overwatch. They some hoes. Remember what I told you?
And the other
how they're charging for the hero.
Why bring that up right now? What's wrong?
Because fuck them, bro. I love talking about video games.
What the?
This is giving Danny say, yo, bro, you're not you hear that sound in Across the Spider-Verse? What about it, bro? I don't know. I didn't hear
that
shit.
That would have been funny as fuck. Hell no. But like, I feel you on the gaming content shit because that.
Yeah. I don't want this just to be like just a movie TV shows. I really want to include games and stuff like that. But like I said, guys, like we're a small team. I see the vision, man, and I really want to elevate. And hopefully we could, do this full time one day and really be able to do what we like and, go full time. And yeah, we just gotta wait and see. But yeah, you don't have anything else you want to add to that? All right. I think that's gonna be the end, man. Let me check really quickly. I think that might be it. Oh, before we end it off, I also want to talk about a quick update as well. Is that currently, we on Instagram, we're at 223 followers.
That's incredible.
And that video with Hav, where Spider-Ham spits the realest shit, on Instagram has over 8,000 likes.
Nice.
8,000 with, let me see, 49.4K views.
Ooh.
Nice.
Hey, man, shout out to me, because when Javi said that, I'm like, that's a clip. I'm like, that's a clip. Easy. And then on YouTube, shout out to Danny.
Uh-oh.
Shout out to Danny, because on YouTube we have currently 293 subs.
That's insane,
Nice.
dude.
And all of this was mostly thanks to Danny with his hot take of no one can compete with Miles Morales. That one clip, posted 11 days ago, it has 98K views.
Damn.
Almost 100K views on this short.
It's gonna be 100K, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna project. Yeah, it's gonna hit 100K with 5.6K likes. And I think I could check maybe the analytics to see how many subs we gained from. Yeah, we gained 107 subs just off of that reel alone. I mean, off of that short alone.
Damn.
Wait, it's at 99.3K views now. So yeah, shout out to Danny, man. And I showed this to Danny, and Danny wanted me to tell you guys this on the pod.
Oh no.
He said, that's crazy. Y'all got all these subs and all these views because of me, and I'm only there here and there. Mario and Hive were day ones, and they couldn't even pull the numbers like me. he said Mario and Hive were day ones, and they couldn't pull numbers like me. I'm only there when I show up. Like I'm like, yeah, that's right. You do only. That's what that is. You're only there when you do show up. Like, because you know what I mean. He said, I'm only there when I show up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Yeah. What exactly?
I'm only on time when the clock says I'm there.
For real. but like his point was like he's only here.
I only eat food when there's food there.
For real. Like like his point is like he's only here like sometimes, and he's pulling bigger numbers than y'all.
Yeah, I know what he meant.
And even on TikTok, this same video on TikTok also was doing really well as well. So yeah, man. This video is gonna be our first video that's gonna hit 100K
On
YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yeah,
Man,
YouTube.
Shout out you guys.
But Javi low-key pulling numbers though with that Instagram, with that clip,
right.
And people were hating on Jav.
For what?
For being inspirational? The thing?
Inspirational? What are you talking about?
Spider-Ham says the most realist.
Oh yeah.
thing,
Well, a lot of people were hating on Jav. They're like, correction. He's not a mutated pig. He's a mutated spider that got bitten by a radioactive pig.
Oh.
So I'm like, yeah, that's
what
true.
the?
All right.
Yeah, because Jav in the clip says, "I can't believe a mutated pig," and people were like, "No, bitch, it's not a mutated pig. It's a mutated spider because a spider got bitten by a radioactive pig."
Oh hell.
And it actually shows in the clip, Jav. It actually shows in the clip that you put a spider getting bit by a radioactive.
Oh yeah, I know. I included the clip. I know.
But why? So that's, yeah, it does. Like at the end, if you guys go look at our video, Spider-Ham spits the realest shit. At the very end, you can see the spider getting bit. Look.
Oh yeah.
By radioactive, and he transforms to a pig. So a lot of people were obviously hating. Hey, a lot of people were hating on Danny too.
Yeah.
They were saying, "Do you not know what plot armor is?" Or one
That's
person,
facts.
or one person said, "Bro is literally saying nothing." or some people, some people saying is like, there's some other ones like that's kind of like fucked up, but like funny, or like, man, is it you for real stupid, or like whatever, But there's obviously other people agreeing with Danny. So, so yeah, I just wanted to point those things out, man. Thank you guys so much for the support.
For real.
And yeah, this episode is probably like one of our longest. Jesus.
How long is this one?
3 hours and 20 minutes.
God damn.
So yeah, guys.
It was that non-spoiler shit, bro.
It was. We took.
You literally said it like, non-spoiler 10 minutes. Goddamn, we in this bitch for 50 minutes. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro. It's because Hav, bro. Blame Hav. He be going on tangents, bro. He be going on crazy tangents, bro.
Hey man, y'all need it.
Hey, so yeah, what y'all think about like the Flash? Javi said, "Nah, bro. Hold on. The other day I went to the crib and I'm like, what? I'm like, Jav, what are you even talking about? Nah, bro. Listen. The other day I went to the crib and I'm like, what's going on?
How does it relate to Spider-Man? Listen.
Hey, just listen. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. I'm finna get to it. All right. Okay. Listen. The point is, I went to the crib. Blah blah blah. Like I was gonna make me a ham sandwich. There was no ham. Boom. What? What is that? What did that do anything? I had to sacrifice, motherfucker. Just like how Miles had to sacrifice his daddy. Like what? What are you on about? No, but all jokes aside, it's just we get carried away. You know what I mean? We get carried away. We fuck around and stuff like that. But we're gonna definitely try to cut it down more. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be end for this episode. If you guys made it this long, holy shit, you're the fucking goats. You're what the fuck?
Real though. You are the goats.
I doubt many of y'all are gonna make it this far. But hey, if you are, hey, appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for listening. And as always, don't let your past haunt you, guys. Take care.
Peace.
See ya.